Hey everyone, this is for those who I guess actually listen to these recordings. I'm trying something new with uh, with the campaign. So the campaign actually takes place, as you probably could tell from the recordings, over Discord. And every week I put out, just an announcement saying, "Hey, we're doing a session this Friday," and the time and any other things that I need to do to like manage the campaign. And recently, in those announcements, I've started to, I guess, every time I announce a session, I put in a little bit of a little bit of a like a, I guess, just lore drop is a way to describe it. You'll see what I mean, but all it is just like a little bit. It's gonna a little bit of just world building and lore, like I said, just to add to more of the story and to kind of hopefully give people both an understanding of things and kind of uh, build up to certain story aspects that I wanna hit later on. So all of that's just a very long-winded way to explain that from here on out on these sessions, I'm just gonna open it up with a little bit with those little tidbits. Think of them as like epigraphs to a chapter is kind of how I think of it. So very very Brandon Sanderson esque, which is my inspiration behind it. But anyways, yeah. So don't be don't be alarmed when you hear that, and well, enjoy listening to the session. When we see magic, we see nothing more than a concentration of energy, dense enough to emit light visible to our eyes. I've always wondered though, why are they different colors? For Magical Musings, entry 37. All right, then yeah, that is where we start to tonight's session. Just after they had that moment, I'll say everyone was able to pack up camp and are ready to leave. So, what do y'all do?
Are we walking? Are we like we're walking?
Here, let me pull up
Hello?
the map again.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, okay.
We're just
We heard
ignoring you,
you,
partner.
just
Don't worry.
responded.
Okay, thanks.
Don't listen to
So,
Ethan. He
all
doesn't
right.
have a social life.
Don't worry. I know how to not make it look really bright. Boom.
Well, it still looks bright. Oh,
There
no,
we
not
go.
anymore.
So,
But it still looks bright.
okay, hold on. This can be bright for a second, and this
Oh.
can not be bright anymore. Give me 1 second. Boom.
Uh.
All right. Discord's weird.
Looks kinda,
So,
looks kinda hot.
nope. Okay. Was
Peru.
so yeah. This is
Maketori.
this is y'all are about
Session.
right here. Actually, like right here. That's where like the college was and all that stuff. And the Serratus Mountains are right here.
Oh, we're close.
Yeah. So y'all can do one of two things. Right? I was like, this is Karu talking to y'all. Y'all can either go up to this town and then try to find a boat to go through the mountains and come up through the back. Nate, he's gone.
Did he come back?
We'll see.
That's what he gets for not getting that best of the best internet.
Dude, my
They told him to get that 10 gig internet, and he didn't.
boss just called me Big Daddy Toothache.
Sorry about that.
Huh?
Oh, you're good. You're good. So you could try to go here and try to find passage up through the Sea of Stillness to this coastline right here, and then get into the mountains there. Or y'all can just go through the Barrow Woods and then travel all the way up, and that way.
Back by the tribal lands, I think?
I know the Barrow Woods well.
Where's the dragon at?
I'd say the dragon is about this area. Does that sound about right, Colton?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's
I think
up
a
to you,
boat would be
honestly, where it
fun.
is.
I just put it right
Not
here because it
again,
makes sense
Cade.
because when y'all were in the tribal lands, that was like the
Yeah.
closest y'all have gotten, and you were like
I was
minorly
looking at
freaking out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We haven't been on a boat in a long time.
Where's my,
Still scarred.
From
I mean,
day
you've got
one?
Yeah.
that beautiful, nice, really big mountain right there where the name is. So,
Well, that's a special mountain.
Oh, I see. Uh,
That's the arid mountain.
Seth,
Perfect.
Yes.
I feel like we
Never
need to
mind,
go
don't
by
worry.
the arid mountain and say, hey, here's a bunch of shards.
Thought we were gonna randomly distribute them.
Wait, why would you go to the arid mountain?
To give them the shards.
I think
back.
we should give all the shards to Saul.
To give who?
The arid.
No,
order.
what am I saying? If we find
No, I've been to the
Isaiah,
arid order HQ, and it wasn't the arid mountain. It wasn't the arid mountain.
I thought that's exactly where it was.
No, so that was. So lore-wise, I don't know if y'all's characters would know. Actually, y'all characters might know this. Lore-wise, the first arid headquarters was in the arid mountains, but then it moved to an unknown location.
Oh.
Which is we now know.
Well, I don't. We gotta distribute these.
So, what's the plan?
Who do we know that we could distribute these to?
Isaiah.
Absolutely not.
Do we still
use
have
them to beat the dragon, and then we distribute them.
Sure as to take to a dragon.
Ikely has the point, though. I haven't fought a dragon before.
Neither have I.
I've heard legends of fighting dragons.
And how did that go?
The
Did it
legends?
end okay? Yeah.
No.
Okay. So, like I said,
Think it's
I mean, we have a first-hand experience. Someone with first-hand experience here.
Tombstone.
Yes.
What do you think about us fighting the dragon? Do you think that we need to have the power of at least one shard with us? Or should we distribute them all? As you are the only one who's ever seen this dragon, or any dragon, for that matter.
Well, Karu will speak up. My intent in talking about distribution was to keep it away from Epsilon. So, unless we think we'll run into him or any of his minions going to this mountain, we either do it now or do it later. Or if at all. It honestly might be worth having a new strategy instead of the exact same one we used before. And keep them all in one hidden place instead of across for easier access.
What if we destroy the shards and then nobody could ever get them?
If they could be destroyed, I'm pretty sure they would have already done that.
so will the dragon like attack anybody that comes near it?
Yeah.
Like anybody?
Probably.
Then we
What
can
is this?
hide them near it and it would be protected.
Yes, but we're not leaving the dragon alive.
What is this dragon's behavior like? That's
Well-
my question.
He's a
How should we
real
approach this?
dick.
I can't imagine him being anything else.
The dragon. Durak. His name.
Doondarak?
Is a cruel and tyrannical creature. I was but one of the many tribes settled within the Serratus Mountains that were under his dominion. But while cruel and domineering over his terrain, His power is vast and his intelligence just as so. We will not be walking into friendly territory. Anything we meet in those mountains serves or fears the dragon. And while it may not venture from its lair often, it will be alerted to our presence.
How?
The many denizens of the Serratus Mountains will, for certain, report.
Hmm.
And if not that, its magic probably will alert itself. I only have a small taste of what its power can do. But from what I know, he is a cursed dragon. His words carry great weight. The things that he says come to pass. It is said that even the rocks listen to his voice.
I'm glad I'm not a rock.
I am as well, Gunnar. I am as well.
Will you show us the way?
I can take you only as far as my village. The rest I'm afraid I do not remember. It has been a long 37 years. And over the course of my several deaths in that time, I have forgotten much of who I used to be.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're with us now.
I had honestly long since given up hope that this creature could be slain. And I hesitate greatly to lead you into this danger. But they must be freed.
One more time, what was his name? That was out of character.
Doomdarak.
Doom Durak?
Yeah.
Doom Durak.
We made a promise.
We will definitely need to prepare. We will need to create a plan, and of Perhaps gather allies. Whatever we can muster. You
Phelan.
guys have anybody who owes you a favor?
No.
Village? I don't know.
I'm not sure very many people that we've met so far that, well, those are the skills that we need have the time to join us.
I
Obviously,
kind
we
of
really
regret killing that wizard now.
don't remind me.
Sorry. And Phelan, I am truly sorry. I seem to have become quite feral these last several months.
Every time. Tombstone, we'll deal with that later. There are a lot of questions that are going to be there left unanswered now, but for now, we'll focus on gathering strength to get the dragon. But thank you.
Many thanks.
Maybe.
Anything else?
Maybe while we have these shards, Phelan can practice, be a good, weapon.
Thanks, Dunar, but no thanks.
Are you the only? Were you part of the only village to deal with Thumdurok, or is there anything that happened with Thumdurok beforehand?
Oh no,
Um,
there are many of my kind within the Serratus Mountains. We typically call it home, caves, cliffs, valleys, many different tribes. Most of
So-
them rivals of ours, but all pay tribute to the dragon.
Has the dragon ever left the Serratus Mountains?
It is been many a year since he has left his lair. He has no need when all of the terrain and all of the tribes serve him, bringing him offerings, gold, sacrifices.
Does Thumdurok have any fears that you know of? Are there any lore keepers that would know anything about Thumdurok more deeper?
The only fears are the people that fear Thumdurok. He is fear at its very core. Sound of the mountains creaking is whispers of him.
We
A
has to have
large
something.
shadow he casts over that land.
He has to have something he's weak to.
If there is, it is not one that I know. I, for one, thought that his weakness could be found within his horde, which is how I ended up where I did.
Hmm.
Would anybody in your village know?
Oh, there is no one left to tell a tale.
My bad.
I'm sure a person who might have known she would have known the most. Would have been the speaker of my tribe. Our history. Lorekeeper. They're born with a unique talent to remember the memories of their ancestors, those who inherited the amethyst eyes before them. But alas,
The what now?
she is dead now. Ah, yes, the amethyst eyes. Eyes of a vibrant purple color. Clear as the crystal itself. When polished. Each group of hatchlings in the tribe, always there's one who inherits the amethyst eyes, and they are designated the next speaker. So was Avalian, speaker of our tribe.
Seems to be a lot of things that we don't know and things that ways to figure it out very well right now.
Yes, there is much I don't know, and I can only tell you what I have experienced.
I would like to have more information before we head in, but I'm not sure how we can get more information of something so secretive in the mountains.
I can go pledge my eternal service to it.
I feel like that won't work.
Well, if we kill it, then I'm good.
Oh, no, I know. That makes sense. I'm just saying, I don't know if the dragon would even let you do that.
Sure, if I say the right words and stroke his ego enough, he may like to have a little changeling. I don't know if he's ever had one.
Tombstone, would there be any other villages that have been under the service of this dragon? Or
Oh,
are they
yes.
all gone?
Oh, I do not believe he has wiped them all out. Likely he used my village as a example of what it means to disobey.
Mm.
How else would he be served as he is deserving in his eyes? Dragons are beings of massive amounts of pride.
Mhm. Well, it's
There is none, not even a god, that outranks a dragon.
mhm. Well, it's. I would say we go find one of these villages, but I have a feeling that they're not going to be very uh, open to sharing.
Uh,
More than
many
likely,
uh,
we probably get turned in immediately.
many different cultures you would find among my kin. Uh, those that ride the cliff hounds, those that race them, those that live deep within the mountains and can no longer see in the light of day. Uh,
My least favorite thing to fight against in Skyrim.
none of them have none of them have any love for the dragon, but they do not need it to obey him.
Yes. I fear the desire to protect their people would probably overwhelm their desire to help some random strangers who claim they can beat the dragon.
I've heard tale that dragons are fiercely territorial. I am quite good at spreading rumors and lies. Perhaps I can be a reporter from a local area that another dragon has begun, maybe an ancient rival of this one, to hone in on his turf. Do you know any of his possibly ancient rivals?
I don't believe that would have been knowledge I would have obtained. Unfortunately, the years of my youth were spent mastering tactics, strategy, and usage of my spear. It's how I became champion of my tribe, but I cared not for lore and history.
Hmm.
That was always my wife's purview.
Well, it's also, I mean, I guess it would be kind of the limited knowledge I have. As far as I can tell, dragons are quite rare. I feel like it'd be very hard to spread a believable rumor that something like that would have
Yes,
started up.
I don't know of any other winged lizards upon this continent.
How big is this dragon?
Oh, massive would be an understatement.
Oh,
He is ancient.
Is he as big as the that three-headed beast that we saw that one time in Isha's tower?
Uh, that three-headed abomination was probably a quarter of his size.
Wasn't that thing like a huge creature?
Like I said,
Yes, it was
He is-
able to block the entire
he
hallway.
is massive. An ancient creature.
how am I going to hit it with my axe?
One swing at a time.
I don't think hitting it with the X is gonna be a problem, Thunar. It'd be quite a large target. I think that
Will be
hurting
penetrating
None of it's
it.
up in
nails.
huge.
I think that hurting it with the toothpicks that
Well, I promise
would
the
you
axe
call
hurts.
it axe. Yes, but to something as big as that, it would feel as if I poked you with a toothpick. And a toothpick doesn't hurt you very much, does it, Thunar?
No.
Exactly.
With enough toothpicks.
Yes, so that's the correct thing. With enough weapons, we could definitely do enough damage. But it's just I'm just specifying for Thunar's one axe. We're getting off topic here.
What if he has to be destroyed from the inside out?
I feel like he's extremely indestructible on the inside.
I don't think you wish to venture inside the stomach of a dragon.
Eater, you could always try.
They say
Yes,
his belly is filled with curses of the worst kind. And if you climbed inside, I'm sure you would be filled into his curse sack.
Yes, well, you see, I also seem to remember watching one time in a theater, a play being performed where this great beast with indestructible skin on the outside was attacked from the inside by one of the main characters, and the inside was just as indestructible skin as the outside.
Ah, yes, you speak of Scanlan Shortholt, legendary dragon slayer.
Yes. He did not
Yes,
wear
he's the
shirts because it
same
hurt
thing
his
that
nipples. It's a Guardians of the Galaxy throw to Seb.
There's
I
also
was so confused. I was like, "What
Here's-
are
I was
y'all
gonna say,
talking about?"
You gotta check
There's
it out.
He got it,
there's
so we're
there's a
good.
critical role reference too.
I was just say that's a Critical Role reference.
Yeah,
I
they
got-
like
there were
teleported
both of
into
those.
the belly of a dragon
I
and
just
like,
let other
almost
people
died.
go where I was going.
I was doing it for you, Kate, because I knew you would get it.
Thank
I
you
knew
so
you
I
would
much.
thought Cade had already done it. I was like, when's Cade gonna pull it out?
Well,
It
that
was
was what I was sort of referring to, but Josiah went into a lot better
I picked it
detail
up.
with it.
I knew what you was putting down. There's now a canonic play in the world about Drax going inside
Dang
of
it!
somebody.
Now I gotta
but his
write lore
name
for that.
is-
Thanks,
later.
guys.
Perspective actor, an actor.
Just make sure you include that he never
Yeah,
wore
I'm
a
gonna have a
shirt.
perspective of an actor playing Drax now. Thanks, guys.
Yes. Now, just remember that he doesn't wear a shirt because it hurts his nipples.
I'll make sure to include that detail.
If we
And
were
he's invisible.
to,
Nobody can see him. Except when he eats chips.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right.
I believe, thinking about it, dreaming about it, we were to face Doom Direct, the main objective we'd have to obtain would be a way to mitigate or nullify the power of his speech. We were not armed with a way to avoid it or nullify it. He would easily overpower us all.
What if
You say his speech is
I
what
do
is
not
what is
listen?
I mean, yes, he still has his fangs and talons, but his speech is his most deadly weapon.
Is
And he loves to talk. Oh
this
God,
dragon?
he loves to talk.
This dragon has a lot of power. Does he have the power to still use his speech to affect, even if it's not out loud? You know, like in the mind kind of thing. You know how I can speak to you all in your mind sometimes. Does his power still work through that, or does it have to be something he says out loud?
I could not tell you for sure.
I don't know enough about dragons to say that either.
All I'm saying is I can make 2 people deaf.
Well,
He doesn't have to. If we, you know,
if we were to try to
if
make
it
a
worked
stop
that way.
along the way in a city, it might be possible for us to find perhaps in an arcane library of sorts. We might be able to find perhaps a spell scroll of silence.
But
If his speech is such a where we could possibly use that to try to mitigate it, at least. I'm not sure how effective it would be.
I would concur with this. I think that is a logical reason. I do not think we should go into this. We should not rush into it. My heart hurts for those I have left in his grasp. But I will not add you to their number. And unless we are sure that we have a chance of defeating, I will not lead you there. That is never something I will do. I mentioned this when I fought for you in Oldreach. But I am your champion. You are my tribe. And I will not see you wiped out again.
Well, then I'm glad that we agree that nobody dies doing this.
No one.
Karu or Havel, you both are of the Arid Order, or were or are, doesn't really matter. But do you think that the Order would be able to spare a member or two to assist us in this?
Well,
I know there's a lot going on, so
I'm not privy to their plans and movements and actions, obviously, because I'm no longer a Arid Knight. But if they're not busy with fighting or fending off Epsilon and however they see fit, or what I would only assume is collecting their own shards, then I'm not sure. I might be able to influence the decision or not. But they're already 3 Arid Knights down than normal. So I cannot guarantee that they'd be willing to send another, especially when stakes has been raised to such degree with after the attack on the Isha's tower.
Probably shouldn't. That's probably an avenue that won't be able to go through.
It could be worth a shot, but likely not, as Karu said.
I figured as much, but I could always be wrong. Phelan kind of muttered to himself, Aegis would know what to do.
I slap him beside the back of the head.
I mumbled that to myself.
You mumbled it audibly.
Tunar smells. Smells.
Did you mumble it
mumbling.
audibly? Did you mumble it
I mumbled it to
at
myself
all?
very quietly.
In a group conversation?
Quietly.
I mean, I would say you would know he said something, but no clue what he said.
Yes, that level of volume.
I might slap him regardless because I know he's hating on himself. I won't.
Stunar goes for a friendly gesture, breaks someone's neck. Oh!
So, what's the consensus?
Let's go kill a dragon.
I think that was always a consensus.
All right. So, are we
We just haven't
going?
figured out how to do it.
Are we going by foot or by sea?
The last time we traveled by sea did not go very well.
I've never had a bad
Hey!
experience at sea. I've never had a bad
We needed
experience at sea.
to
So
visit a
that's
city,
efficient way.
did we not?
So what?
We needed to visit a city, correct? To prepare.
I think that might be a good idea. You say that this dragon's speech is a very powerful aspect of it. I think that perhaps if that is, then a scroll or two of silence might be suitable to help.
Or deafness on ourselves.
And it seems that the city closest to the
Luckily-
mountain range might be a likely place to pick up any information we can find as well.
What city is
Icely
the closest
already
to that range?
The one that's on our way.
What did Icely mention?
I actually mentioned she could
knows
make us not
deafness.
hear things.
Yes, but does not hearing things mean that it doesn't affect us? Or, I speak spells that doesn't matter if you hear them or not. Like when I cast Fireball, I use an incantation, and it doesn't matter if you hear it or not. You will still get hit with Fireball.
That is what
And
we will
yes,
need
we will.
to research.
I would never get hit with fireball.
I'm not going to test that with you, but you would. But, okay. What do you mean you wouldn't get hit with it? You have been hit with it.
I would simply dodge.
Bro forgets that I've done it twice now.
One does not simply dodge a fireball.
It's like playing dodgeball, but with fire.
Can't confirm.
I think if Icely can make a step, then that may prove useful. I think that we should also include the silence just in case. In the event that he
But
has
only do
spells,
two.
don't matter.
We can only do 2 people.
Yes. So.
And then she has to take a nap for an hour.
Yeah, then I will be waiting outside of combat.
Oh,
Just
you
short
have
resting
Eldritch
while we're
Blast. Just Eldritch
Oh yeah,
Blast.
no, 100%.
So where's the nearest city? I can't ever remember where
Due north, I
Zetsu?
believe.
It doesn't have a
Zetsu?
name on the map, but
Yeah, the nearest city
North.
would be Zetsu, but the one closest to the mountain range would be the city to the north. And that city's name is Haniro.
What would I do? I know anything
Seth
about
names
Haniro?
his stuff. Seth names his stuff.
yeah. And then there's Dallas in your campaign.
Whoa, hey. That's for a very important reason.
Would I know anything about Haniro?
You'd know it's like a more like if Zetsu is more politically focused, Haniro's more of like a market and trade focused city.
Would
Know that
have
Dallas is a wonderful city.
No, it's not.
It's terrible.
would Haniro have the like spell scrolls and things?
I mean,
Would
you're in
that be something we
Ninasara,
could-
so like there's gonna be magic at pretty much every city you go to. Zetsu is more focused on like politics and magic. But like you wager like for something like what you're looking for, you don't need like specialty in magic. You just need like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
magic place. So yeah, you definitely find a place there.
Yeah, just making sure. Well, because I mean, I know that I probably wouldn't find one in like the tribal lands, So like. just
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
make
about to say
sure.
yeah. You're not. It's not like you're in the tribal lands or maybe even like Highland
I'm not
Empire.
a Styx guy. So...
Whoa, hey.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, I was joking about he said Highland Empire. I was like, hey, don't make fun of my former homeland. I was about to say we should call Veruno for this, but I don't know who Veruno is, so.
That's true.
I do. Yeah, well, that is true. We do know Veruno. Veruno is probably the only one who's not currently occupied.
Or is he?
The way Seth left things, I'm pretty sure he's always going to be occupied.
Yeah, he's kind of
dead.
trying to. He's kind of
Yeah.
trying to fix
Trying
it.
to run Atlantis.
Yeah, run a kingdom right now.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'll take a break, fight a dragon. That'd be fun.
if Haniro, would we pass that city if we went by land or by sea
No,
or both?
so by land you'd pretty much go through the Barrow Woods and then cut across Rinnekin to Rhydon to hit the mountains from that angle.
Oh yeah, I see. There's like a little
Right
mountain range.
on.
You would-
I recognize that.
Yeah, I might have borrowed
name.
some names.
You wrote it, so.
And then by sea you just go up. Like you could you might be able to find a ship. I mean, there's gonna be a bunch of ships there from merchants. Go there, then you could find a ship there, and then see if you can get them to take you over to the mountains through the Sea of Stillness.
Well, if we want to go to a city, then by sea would probably be the quickest and easiest route to do that by.
Let's go.
Which is a dislike it. What do you all think?
Probably good to go to the city.
Which city have we decided on?
Well, there's only one. We have to, if we want to go to Haniro, which is the only city that would be along our path, then we'd have to go by sea.
Hmm.
So we're trying to decide: do we want to? Is it worth going by sea to do that, or not? We're just trying to decide what we want to do.
I think we should go wherever is best to prepare, not necessarily whatever is closest.
Then I think we should go to Haniro. That will be my vote. Then we take the sea.
Can you remember what was Hanero about again?
Haniro
Magical stuff.
is
Trade and magic.
Yeah, every big city in Ninasara is gonna have magic stuff. But if Zetsu is more like politically and magic focused, Haniro is more like trade and market focused
Ah, gotcha.
because of its proximity to the Sea of Stillness and the Straits.
Yeah. So basically, Haniro is like Houston or Dallas, and Austin, the freaky place for politics and weirdos, that's the capital.
Thank you for relating it to Texas geography.
Anytime.
Nate, do you even remember where Texas is on a map?
That's the only place in America that the Japanese people know.
Yeah, I can't even say
Oh, you must be
Louisiana.
cowboy.
It's so
They-
sad.
Louisiana.
They've based their entire ideal of America,
America
on
on
Texas.
Amen.
They literally know 3 places in the U.S. California, New York, and Texas. I one time told them that
That's the only states that matter.
I was a 28-hour drive from New York and a 24-hour drive from Los Angeles, and they said, "Huh?"
I just didn't understand.
Nice
They
try.
couldn't comprehend.
Well, you can get to like anywhere in Japan in a day.
Yeah.
Less.
Well, that's like yeah, Japan, Europe, all those kinds of places. They don't understand. That's why
The
we measure
European
things in
mind
time,
can't
not
comprehend.
miles. We measure distance in time.
Yeah, it takes about 2 hours to get there. 2 hours?
Yes, and I'm still in the same state.
Bro, you can drive for 8 hours and still be in Texas.
Mhm.
Longer if
Nine.
you say you go point to
Can
point.
confirm.
Yep.
900 miles, baby.
All right.
So
So
my hat was backwards. Hold on.
Sorry about that.
does the party continue, or does the party move?
Tombstone
Sure
will look
hope
at
we're not
Karu
in
and go,
collusion.
"Your call, Captain."
Here it is.
How does Karu feel about almost killing Tombstone?
I mean, I can't say my hand wasn't forced.
Well, I forced it. I forced it hard. But now our beef is in the grave. Eh. Oh wow, that hit a little close to home.
All right. You look toward Phelan and his family. Y'all don't have to come, obviously. So Phelan, if you wanna say your goodbyes, he'll turn to
Plot
he'll
twist,
turn
he stays.
he'll turn to Waylon, go to say something, and then stop himself, and then move on.
That's weird.
As I
See, I
as I
told you.
pass Karu to go and talk with my family, as he doesn't stop. Can I now stop and put my hand on his shoulder? If I gotta say something, you probably should say something too. You know how dangerous this is gonna be.
Yeah.
You guys have your differences. He's still your brother. No, just pat him on the shoulder. No. Continue back to Eleanor and my mom.
Eleanor would look at you. Well, seems like you're already jumping to the next thing.
Yeah, the unfortunate call of the task force.
Your mom will speak up. Now, I don't know much about dragons, but how safe are you going to be? Like, how dangerous is this really? I don't like the silence.
I think
Phelan.
if I tell you, this is just gonna be harder. So we'll be fine.
Well, I guess I can't exactly force you to stay anymore.
Hey, he'll be fine. Don't you worry about it. Have you ever seen a dragon? It may not even be real. It's literally no big deal. We'll be fine. That's my
Oh no,
persuasion.
the dragon is very real.
No. Tombstone.
seen it
little
myself.
lizard man was saying it killed his entire tribe.
He's also
Yes,
very
and it
crazy.
forced me to
you
watch.
saw him. He
He-
asked to die earlier, right?
Phelan, are you
Thanks.
going to be forced to watch your friends die?
Sin, thank you.
no.
Sin,
Let's
Sin,
interact with
thank
you.
you. Thank
They're
you.
literally fine.
Both of you, shut up. You guys are helping nothing. And I'm just gonna kind of usher my mom and Phelan off to the side a little further away from the two knuckleheads.
Just making the situation worse. The peanut crowd.
2 seconds. Ash, you won't feel a thing.
Oh no, it will be worse than that if the dragon speaks.
Hey,
Briar.
Tombstone. I was doing something called lying.
What's up?
Oh yeah, I do that all the
Um,
time. Wait,
Briar's
what?
gonna approach
listen to
Phelan's
Briar.
mother, and say, "Don't worry, I'll make sure the dragon won't kill him."
If you will.
Thanks.
Yeah, she
He'll be safe.
Thank you.
from the
Alexandra, the way you
dragon.
said that while looking at the camera looked like the like in the movie The Obvious Psychopath. He'll be safe.
Don't worry about
About
him
him.
in all of this.
Oh,
Don't
kill
worry,
him
dragon is
first.
the least of his
I'll keep him
problems.
safe.
The person who's the obvious killer. So who do you
I
think
can't
the killer
believe
is?
that Dexter wasn't the Bay Harbor killer.
So,
Yeah, I'll take them off to
so you
the side.
take
a little bit.
take them two off to the side.
No, we're gonna. I'm not gonna promise you anything because I can't. Being on this task force has made me realize that I can't make promises like that. But
It's fine. I understand.
but you've seen these guys. I'm in the best hands possible if we're gonna fight a dragon. But I have to do this. We have to do this for Tombstone.
Okay. Well, if it's for someone else, like I said, I can't really force you to not do anything. Eleanor will pat you on the shoulder. Just make sure to bring me back a dragon tooth, all right?
I'll bring back everything I can. I'm sure that it will work really great with your research in alchemy.
She smiles and just like nods.
And hey, keep on with your research, okay?
I'll try.
I know that. I know that. I know where it started might not be good, but you did make progress. That was no lie.
Yeah, but he was also helping me out.
So that's true. That's true. But you were still the one who did it. Look, if I can control my powers, then you can learn them. Okay. You've already done more than anybody would have thought possible, so.
I'll keep at it, but no promises.
You're gonna do good. Don't you worry.
Come on. You can go in for a hug.
Big hug.
Family hug. Family group hug.
I love you both, and I'll be back as soon as I can.
You better.
I'll remember to write this time too.
Yeah, I don't want to be going thinking you're dead for another year.
Yeah, that's my bad. That's on me. That's on me.
Just stay safe.
We will.
And tell your friends that they're welcome for dinner anytime. Half of them skipped out last time, and I ended up making too much food, and then now we have too much left. Anyways, it was a whole big deal.
I'll make sure to get them there this next time.
Good. Then they will begin making their way back home. During that conversation, Karu will approach Waylon and begin talking to him. If anyone want to listen to that conversation.
Is there
No,
any
no, eavesdropper.
dim foliage or anything that can hide behind?
You are kind of in a field right now, so no.
Concern it. I will stand awkwardly, staring directly at Garu.
Kind of just glance how you like.
And I am in my halfling form, so I am 3 foot tall. And he's just staring at him. The grass is probably taller than me.
Well, Waylon, I don't know if this is something you'd want to do, but you're welcome to join us. I know last time I said something you didn't really say anything back, but I'm willing to keep going if you are. Well, I'd be happy to have you. Waylon kind of just shifts on his feet uncomfortably, looks around, and just gives a short nod. Okay. And then Waylon turns around and walks away.
Good man.
Well, as Karu slings his pack on his shoulder. Forgot the name already. Hanero's to the north. So, let's get started. As he begins walking that way. Alright. So, Hanero's about I'd say 4, no, hold on. It was 3 days to the, oh gosh. Yeah, Hanero's gonna be like a week journey. So is there anything people would like to do during that week-long journey?
I guess just have conversations.
Alright. So I'll open up to any conversations y'all would like to have during that week.
This is like the travel week.
Yeah.
I just slowly start deafening people.
I
We're all deaf until we get there.
don't.
We all
How
walk
long does it
hand in
last?
hand.
It
Not
doesn't
long
last,
enough.
How long
it
does it
doesn't
last?
last that long.
I don't know. That was definitely a joke.
It's probably like
She's just going around poking everybody's
it's
eardrums.
probably
in their
like
sleep,
a
you know?
minute of deafness every day. She just like drops in and casts like deafness one.
So, is this dragon? You said that he speaks, and then like, I don't know. I can't really remember what you said, but it sounded like it was referring to like a spell. Like he just says something, and then.
Not exactly. I've seen magic. I recognize magic. It's different. It's his calling card, his innate ability, some might say. And when he speaks, he speaks curses upon people, and then the curses take root, and they happen to them.
So okay.
For example,
Okay.
this guy I knew in my tribe.
Oh no.
We'll leave him nameless because this was a terrible way to die. Whenever the dragon cursed him, he grew boils on all of his skin, which then ruptured and grew again and again and ruptured again and again until he not perspired, passed away from the blood loss. Quite a gruesome thing to watch. He was one of the first to go. Things like that happen when the dragon talks.
I see.
Well, with what we know, the limited stories and I think most of it really is all just legend at this point because they're so rare. But dragons are usually very magical, intelligent creatures. They're not.
I'm sure it is some form of twisting or bending bending some arcane means.
Hmm.
Um,
Yes, perhaps it's
but
similar to that.
it's not a spell of sorts.
Perhaps it's similar to that ability that Kiri had.
Yes, it was one of the reasons why she and her, I think, brother upset me so.
She had a brother?
Oh, yes, you failed. You weren't there. Aru,
Yeah, so while we were investigating and trying to figure out why people were going
Meanwhile,
missing.
Unar was doing all the work.
Yes, Thunar, you did amazing. Thank you very much. We were in the Beru Woods and we encountered someone who had the exact same abilities as Kiri. We never really figured out his name, but he was around the same age as Kiri. And, well, we figured they looked very similar, so we figured they were probably related. Most likely brother and sister.
and I killed him.
That. Okay, that fits. Makes sense.
Is one of the reasons that when you found us, Karu and I had beef.
I'm assuming you weren't supposed to kill him.
Oh no, he was a defenseless prisoner.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, I guess that is what it is. Too late for anything, but okay. Well, that's good to know.
If there's any consolation, I did it to help you, Phelan.
I appreciate that why you did it. I understand the reasoning, yeah, but
Well, that's not completely true. I also did it for me.
I know. You know, Tombstone, I appreciate the things that you've done for our group, and you know the path that you try to blaze for it, but don't lose yourself in the things that you do. Okay.
But the things that you do are the things that define you.
Yes, and I think that you are more than a murderer. Someone who takes lives when it's the easy thing to do.
I am much more than a murderer. A thief, coward, betrayer.
Pit fighter extraordinaire.
Champion
Captain
of the water
very
people.
fast pirates. Champion
No,
of the water people.
no. All of those titles are just silly things I say about myself to remind me or to help me to forget who I really am. Jariel, the accursed of the arid dragon.
So is that your real name? Your given name?
Well, yes, I think it is. Jariel does have a familiar ring to it. The only title I haven't given myself.
Well,
Tombstone.
Jariel Tombstone. I don't think of you as a thief, a betrayer, a
But I've
coward.
stolen things.
You may have, and it
I've
might
run
be a
from
part of.
responsibility.
It may
I've
be a
murdered
part.
people out of cowardice.
Hearts, Tombstone.
It may be a part of it. But I've also seen bravery, courage, compassion. You are more than just these negative acts that you have done before or have or do now. There is more to you. Or else I don't think that you would have ever stayed with this group.
Also, You gave yourself those titles after doing those things. So they are equally as part of yourself as the other titles that were bad that you gave yourself after doing those things. We have, and I look at Phelan, and I look back at Tombstone, and I say, we are getting more room to forgive. Is Zalgrim still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, also glance at Zalgrim during that one.
But
Out of character, except for
When
you,
does,
not you. No, no, I'm kidding.
I
I'm
healed
kidding.
him.
I'm kidding.
I healed
I'm
him.
kidding. Phelan doesn't say that. We're on good terms, as good as terms as you can be.
I'm a good little paladin. I healed.
I'm a good little paladin.
Good little.
Why did he
I
say it like
feel
that?
no reason for anyone ever to not forgive me because I've never done anything wrong. Thank you.
You died on us.
I got killed.
I don't
Technically, that
think
was
that was
somebody
his
else's
fault.
fault.
I think if anything, that
And
was my
that's-
fault, and I needed his forgiveness for that.
And you have it, brother. You're good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
It's
appreciate
actually kind of fun. I actually learned that I,
I
don't
mean-
have to breathe anymore, and I could still live. So you could like throw me underwater if you want to. And I don't have to eat, breathe, or anything. I just live.
You know, it really sounds like you're in good company, Tombstone. Aelin killed him. Sin. Karu killed you. We killed that bad guy.
yes. Because I am also in the presence of murderers and cowards, then that does not make me one.
Do
I
you
think
consider
that,
us murderers or cowards?
Oh, I'm a murderer for sure.
I
I'm
think
just not a
what
coward.
I think what Thunar is trying to say is that we all have a little bit of a few skeletons in the closet, so to say.
Perhaps a
So
little
that
bit of
that makes
out of character.
should-
Perhaps a little pirate in us.
when
Out of character.
when does a lizard? When does a man become unforgivable?
Who cares?
When no, there's a point. It's when
Because I have
they
I
no
have
longer
done
seek it.
unforgivable things.
It is when they no longer seek repentance. Justice is an interesting thing.
Gunnar, I think you and Kator El would get along really nicely.
Who is that?
Oh, Kator El is not a who, but a what. Tombstone points to the night sky as we're talking to camp. At camp tonight. See, Kator El is the star of peace and perseverance. He is at the forefront of the purple dragon, and I point out the constellation to you.
Wow.
Oh yes, the purple dragon once ruled this great land. Can you believe it? The entire continent under his claws. But no, he did not rule with fear or curses, as this bastardized version of his descendant does. No, he ruled with peace and perseverance of Kator El. He ruled with Tahel, the star of strength and will. Dragon Nor, the star of family and kinship. Roland Fee, the star of joy and memories. And Vonix Dar, the star of death and acceptance. It is to him that all kobolds pay reverence, respect. here on this earth, we are cursed to live under the thumb of one of his kin,
Wait.
but we do not worship his kin.
Oh. What happened to him?
Many different legends say what he desired was not here, but among the stars. And so he went to join them. That's not to say he has left us entirely without. For you see, he left behind the light of those stars, which shine down the things with which he ruled. Some would say they're the reason that those things exist. And I think that you reflect the light of Kator El.
Thank you. Do you
Balin,
think there could be a lunar shaped star?
who's to say? Maybe that one looks like you.
Wow.
Balin,
I like to think that Thunar's actually just, like, eating like hardtack
Yes.
during this conversation.
Balin, I believe that you reflect the light of Dragon Nor, the star of family and friendship.
Aw. I hope to embody what that is then.
Anyways, it is getting late.
I agree.
All right. Any more conversations?
No.
Can
Alright.
I meditate
Sure, you can meditate.
And see if I can follow my purple strand.
Roll me an Arcana.
as we go through this journey? I also would like to occasionally, try to access the shard. Not really use it, just try to access it.
10.
Then you also roll me an Arcana check real quick.
Yeah.
A
just
10,
want
you
to
reach out, but it's really it's a hard thing to follow because like you can feel it now that you know about it. It's like having like when someone like points out a muscle and you move, you're like, oh, that's what it feels like to like flex that muscle. You can feel it, but like trying to trace it back, it just like you can't so much as feel it like further than like a few steps away.
Why didn't my bard roll correctly? His thing is supposed to be rolling.
At 24.
Dang it!
A 24. That's pretty good. So what exactly you're trying to figure out with the shards?
I more or less just want to interact with it as we're going, just to try to understand it more. I'm not like as we're going, I'm not trying to use it to cast spells or anything.
Right.
I'm trying to understand exactly what these lines are, how it works using it, so
Then I will
that
say,
way later on I could use it
right,
better.
over time, you get to the point where you can consistently get into like that view where you see all these lines, these blue lines, just spreading out from the shards. So you can pretty much will be able to go into that at will now. But
Use with that, like trying to interact with the strings a little bit, just seeing what happens when I interact with them.
define interact.
The strings there, some of them like go to us, but then some of them don't,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, some
Okay.
of them go to y'all, and then some of them just like go out in random directions.
Kind of like some of the ones that don't go to us, just kind of like, usually not within range of people, trying to like seeing what happens if I pull on a thread that's attached to something. Always, if I ever do
So
that at any time during this
none
trip, I
of
stand far enough away from anybody.
yeah. So I'll say you'll notice that the lines don't go to objects. The
Just
lines
living things.
just go to people, and like I said, the just sheer number of lines is really hard to track and see. But you see, like you can see some of them connecting to everyone, not any objects, but they still kind of go out around you.
Okay. I guess I'll just kind of see. I guess partially just wanted to see, like, can I interact with these other ones that aren't for people that are around me, even not casting a spell through it. The only thing I will try to cast is on one of them would be I would like to try to cast message using one of the ones that's attached to one of the party to see what happens if I cast
So you
message.
want to try to use the shard to cast message, or
Like I have before, like drawing on it to
yeah, to
like
cast message.
yeah. So because
Who would
that's
you
not,
like
I
to
don't want
cast
to
it
damage
to?
it. Let's do Thunar.
All
Usually
right.
who
What would you like to say in the message?
Thunar, I'm testing the shard. Please don't freak out.
Thunar, you hear that voice in your head. You don't even hear it in your head. You hear it loud and clear as if he just said it to you, like out loud.
Dunar was meditating, so you're far away from me.
I'm just like just outside of the group,
Huh.
just far enough outside of fireball blast range, in case something happened.
Close my eyes. Can I meditate?
Sure. What do you want to do?
I want to meditate on the implications of me casting a Revivify last session.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'll call out to you after I do cast a spell. Did you hear that, Thunar?
Yes.
Was it different than normal?
You were loud.
Notes.
It's so funny.
So, is there anything else you want to do with those like lines or?
No, just trying to get used to it.
Okay.
I want to make sure that it's easier for me to access this in the event that I need it, especially with this upcoming dragon fight.
Fair enough.
Boy, this dragon gonna have a big line going through it.
Can my spirits talk to me and actually give me useful information?
What would you like to ask them?
2 years later.
My guy, what's up with this dragon? They're gonna be so peeved at me. I literally think of my spirits as like the Mulan spirits when the elders are up there and they're like, "Oh, Mulan, do better," you know? That's what I feel like my spirits are doing.
Your spirits kind of like react confused. You get like a confused impression from them. Like, why are you tasking about the dragon? But they do know some things.
These hoes.
It was alive when they were alive. It was mainly spoken of in legend.
Things old.
Yeah, mainly spoken of in legend.
Mm.
Kind of just as like fireside stories and bedtime stories. Nothing of like legit. The same way we talk about like Santa Claus here. So
Okay.
that's
Santa
why they're
Claus isn't real?
confused, because they're like, why are you going to fight something that's fictional? But the stories spoke of just the sheer power of this dragon and the pretty much that it hid in the mountains waiting for nearby travelers to come by to pounce on them and steal their goods.
Interesting.
All right.
Can I roll?
Yes.
I got a 9.
Yeah, so the so you're trying to figure out like the implications of casting Revivify?
Yes, because you said I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that again.
Yeah. So you're not sure, you can still feel that power, like with it, like the same kind of power you reach to within you. But you're still like unsure of like if you pretty much it's like I'm trying to find like something to relate it to. It's like having like a fire hydrant or like something with like a lot of pressure inside of it, where it's like, yeah, I could be able to like take off the lid, but it might blow up in my face next time I do that. If that makes sense, right?
Oh.
Like the power to use it might be a little too much to handle, like you did last time. All right. So, after the travel, you'll kind of start to see a large city come up on the horizon and grow closer and larger as you approach it. As you all enter the city of Haniro. So as you approach, there's grand gates. It's very similar looking to those in Zetsu. And as you get closer and closer, the streets start to get a little busier. People are bustling around in this very busy city. The entire town seems to be a marketplace. Like there's really no like designated area for the market. It's just kind of scattered throughout. You have street vendors, shops, larger kind of like, without a better descriptor, superstores essentially. And then on the far end, you see like the tops of the masts of ships as they sit in the port. And there are people carrying goods in carts around as they kind of transport things throughout the city. So, as you're in this bustling city, the soft, I say not soft, the hum of activity and conversations and carts bustling around you, what do y'all do? Karu will speak up. Well, we need two things apparently, pretty much. Transportation and the magic stuff Phelan was talking about. I can take care of the transportation. Unless anyone wants to join me, and I'll let Phelan take the lead on the magic items. Anything else we need while we're here?
Better equipment? Does anybody need an upgrade? Yeah,
I think
for that.
I'll also go look at
I don't
maybe
know. We
some
don't have
magic
money anymore.
shops.
Oh yes, we are poor.
I haven't gotten paid in 2 years.
I could sell my tail. Went for 50 gold the last time.
It's not worth it. You don't get another one.
Oh yes, this is true. I need to take care of my tail.
I
You
have
said
a
the
little
city
bit of
values.
self-esteem.
You said this city's values like trade and magic, right?
Yeah, it's like pretty much the entire city's like kind of a scattered like it's a mix of a market and like normal city.
Are there artificers here?
Probably, you'd have to go look.
I want to follow Phil into the magic first.
Alright. Karu will make his way toward the boats if anyone wants to follow him, and I assume Phelan will start looking around for a magic shop.
I'm gonna try to go find anybody coming from the Highland Empire.
Alright. Very cool.
Evel,
Hmm.
why do you want to find this artificer?
I am
He's an
so
artificer.
Tombstone. Well, first of all, an artificer
Yes.
is one who uses magical tinkering to their advantage, and they can engineer certain things. I
Sounds very complicated to play.
don't understand much about them. I'm tired of carrying these blueprints that I grabbed from the Cento Tower a very long time ago. I want to see if I can put them to use.
Would you like some company?
Sure. You're welcome to come with Tombstone.
I will
Jar-
follow you then.
Do you want to be called Tombstone or Jariel?
I feel as if Jariel is a name I've outgrown.
Sure.
Call me Tombstone.
Okay,
Nice to
Tombstone.
meet
Nice to meet you, Tombstone.
Sorry, it's just catchy. It's kind of like my catchphrase.
It is
Hi,
your
I'm
kind of...
Tombstone. Nice to meet you. And then
No.
all the subtitles.
Good.
But you already know that, so I don't have to repeat it.
I know your titles very well. But yes, I'd like to go find an artificer, and I'm not sure where to start.
Well, we can, yell Artificer and see if they pop out of the woodwork.
You can certainly try that.
Artificer!
If you want, like a few people walking by, just look at you like, what? And then just keep walking.
I'll walk like a 20 steps down the street, do it again. I'll keep repeating until somebody tells me to stop or somebody gives me information.
Occasionally,
I'm
someone
going to-
just. What?
I said I was going to go to a guard
Okay, yeah. There's some like just guardmen
and ask for
patrolling, walking
directions
around.
to where the artificers may be. Where an artificer may be.
One's like kind of like picking at his tooth with like a little toothpick, just like, some blacksmiths and other magical people down this street.
This street here?
Yeah, going that way. Whole city's a circle. You'll get there eventually.
Thanks for the help.
No problem. Stay out of trouble now.
Artificer!
Tombstone, they said
he with
that
you?
he... Yes. Yes, he is with me. Yes,
Tell him
sir.
to shut up. It's annoying.
Tombstone,
Yes.
the guards are asking us to not yell so loudly.
Oh, the guards are asking me to not yell so loud. I yelled twice
Tombstone.
as loud.
Not my job.
I'm not wanted in this city.
They said the artificers may be down this street. They said they're blacksmiths and...
Oh, perfect. We've got information. My plan worked.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right. We'll start first with Phelan and those who joined him.
Yay.
Phelan.
Yes.
Well, what type of magic shop are you looking for here?
Something that would specialize in scrolls. Specifically scrolls.
Okay.
Don't necessarily mind. Other things would be great too, but I want scrolls.
So you'll find one kind of like magical library shop eventually as you walk down. And as you walk through the city, you kind of realize that it's a circular city kind of based in like tiers. So you have this like an inner circle, then like another wider circle, and like all the roads kind of just like lead from these circles that kind of round the entire city. And so as you walk down one of these circles, you find one shop that specializes, or I say it's not specialized, it's just like a magical library shop essentially.
I will go in there.
I will follow.
And so you'll walk in. Yes, you'll walk in. And what am I trying to say here? Sorry, I just flatlined. You'll walk in, and it's this kind of large wooden building with high shelves that like reach up to like the far ceilings. And they have like those really tall ladders that like go up the bookshelves. And so those will line the area, and like the far end, the wall, the far end. There's a small little desk with a man just sitting there, kind of writing down on some parchment. Looks like he's copying something down.
Excuse me.
Oh yes.
Are you the shopkeep?
For right now.
Awesome. I'm just wondering if you could help me. I'm looking for some scrolls, some specific spell scrolls.
Oh. And he kind of gets up, takes off his glasses, walks over, and as he's walking over, he like grabs a ladder and starts rolling it along the bookshelves. What scroll are you looking for?
Do you have a scroll of silence?
Silencing scroll. Silencing scroll. As he kind of stops, pulls the ladder back a little bit. I think so. Starts climbing up. Let's see here. No, not that. No. I'm assuming you don't want them to talk?
Yes,
Okay. Like, make any noise at all?
preferably.
Okay, not that one then.
Silence.
Opens one up, starts reading it. Ah, yeah, here's one.
Okay, yeah. How much would that be?
Unscrolls a little bit. That'll be 240 gold.
Dunar, how much gold do you have?
I reach into my pocket for a comically large amount of time. 100.
At 130.
He'll like slide
Wait,
down the ladder,
Where'd my gold
land on the
go?
ground.
I had more than this.
I don't know where your gold went. Does he have any
No
potions
one
in here?
does. You can't look at me.
No, no potions.
No potions. Okay. Well,
Maybe the others have money.
would you consider 200?
Well, it's the last one here. Last one in stock.
I understand, but I understand that it might be asking a bit much, but it's very important to have this scroll for us. We're adventurers, and the task we've been set forth with is much more dangerous without that.
Roll persuasion.
Bro, you just made
Yeah,
him want to
hope he doesn't
upsell it.
jack up the price.
22.
Hey, we really need it. Please give it to us.
22.
It's 2 times
22.
as expensive now.
Well, he
In
doesn't
that
say. He
case-
didn't sound like a dick. He sounded like somebody who perhaps he respects. He might respect somebody.
Well, what
who's doing
what
something
race
right.
is he?
He's a human.
Praise the Lord. He's
The
not
dick
an elf.
elves aren't here.
Been a bit an elf.
The dick elves aren't here. I'm half
know.
elf.
And
Well, it is the last
I
one.
think that tracks.
220.
how much gold do you have?
I lean to Dunar. 140. Or 134, sorry.
Oh, I have 106. There were 6
We
more.
have
in the other
exactly 240. Okay, anyways. 210 and a healing potion.
I fortunately don't carry potions here. But as he'll kind of like put the scroll under his arm, swing the scroll back, the ladder back, climb it up again, kind of go about halfway up through the bookshelf, start kind of fanning through. I can grabs another scroll. This one will heal. Not much, but
Who's trading the healing potion?
shrug.
I was trying to trade the healing potion into him.
Oh,
So, like-
oh, I thought. Okay.
No, yeah, like 210 gold and give him a healing potion.
Oh, you see,
Actually, I don't know how-
that
wait,
should
hold
have
on.
been that should have been clear to me, but I didn't realize that.
Hold on one
For some
second.
reason, I was thinking you asking for the potion, but yeah.
Actually, let me.
What am I? Chopped liver?
Healing potion's worth more than 10
I'm gonna
gold.
take that back because yeah, I forgot. Gold potions and healings are worth a lot more than that. So I didn't say that because I forgot. Let me get
Normal
back
healing
to you.
potion's like 50 gold.
Yeah, like 50.
You want me to like Keep this on
Unless there's
hold.
like a price range that's set that.
Would you be interested in any potions of healing?
Oh, I don't think I've ever taken potions of healing as payment before. Would let. I could sell it. I don't know. I could sell it to the old man for an upcharge. What type of gold? What type of potion of healing?
The basic potion of healing.
Mm,
I know that these. Wait, why do I? Oh, that's why. Never mind. Never mind. Hold on. Sorry. How about? Potion. I know that most potions of healings go for around 50 gold or so. So how about this? How about? Let's say 180 gold and 1 potion of healing. You upcharge that, you make a profit. You make minimum the 240.
roll persuasion.
I'm really tired of spending all
19.
my money on something I really need. This is the most
What's
money I've
lunch?
ever had in
Deal.
my pocket. Besides that time I bought this axe.
He said
Deal.
deal.
And he'll shake your hand.
So
And
that's.
Phelan, by the way, I really wanted another axe.
I'm sorry,
Well,
Bunar, but
not
I'm
that I
pretty sure.
Not that I can part with this one. Maybe I can get
So
it reforged.
let me see. How much is that? I need 46 gold from Thunar.
Oh, 46. Why don't we just split it 50-50?
I mean, it doesn't matter however you want to do it. If you want to do that way,
Alright,
it's
here's
90
your
from you.
40.
So
Okay, well, here's your 46.
that works.
Oh, I'm broke.
You think you're broke? I got 9 silver and 5 copper.
I don't have gold.
I don't have any
we
money.
we haven't really done a
don't
lot of
have
this
money.
buying stuff up until this point, so we really haven't gotten paid much. I thank you. Thank you. I appreciate this. So
The last
I'll
time we
take.
went shopping, Ikley was my sugar mom.
It was. I was there.
I forgot to ask a very important question. Who's telling the council about Aegis, by the way? I feel like they're gonna hate us.
You said what? Sorry,
Who's telling the council about Aegis, by the way? I think they're going to hate us.
I could care less at this point.
They were the ones paying us.
Well, there's nothing we can really do about it now. I mean, we've already passed Zetsu a while ago. It's like 4 days back.
Oh, well.
Paid.
Yes.
Got enough barbecue sauce there, dog? Jeez.
I thought that was syrup.
That's syrup.
Syrup.
It
Oh,
is
I thought that was
syrup.
barbecue sauce for some
Man
reason, and I was really
wants
confused.
pancakes.
He's
Yeah.
using
Pancakes
half
and
a
barbecue
bottle.
sauce. Let's go.
Like, okay, I'm sorry. From the way it was sold, and almost literally it was a barbecue sauce jar. But like, okay,
That's fair,
syrup, it
that's
makes
fair,
more
that's
sense.
fair.
But like, he was sitting there going like,
No,
and I was like, dude.
All right.
You just gotta get some.
So, I'm assuming that's wraps it up for y'all. Y'all.
Yeah, I ain't got money for nothing else. I mean,
All
Bruno
right.
wants to go check anything out.
Sounds good. All right. Next up, Sin looking for someone from the Highland Empire.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to do this?
Probably somebody that has a not local product.
Mm-hmm.
Just probably find something that comes maybe hashtag made in Highland Empire.
Okay.
Since they're
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
for their country.
So looking around, you'll just kind of like go to where more of the like street vendors, like the people like calling out like their products or whatever would be. So it'd be easier to kind of quickly tell what someone's selling and what they're advertising. And you'll hear someone with a particularly strong Highland accent as they're calling out selling roots and fruits from that are like native to the Highland Empire, grown fresh, straight from the farm, shipped on over here through the straits.
I walk up to him.
Like
Hey,
a little pop-up stand
man.
thing.
I peek over the counter because I can't get up to the counter. Hey there.
Oh, hello. Would you like some roots or
I
fruits?
I've heard that the Highland Empire has the best roots and or fruits, and I would love one of each.
All right. Well, we have some Napia fruits right here. A couple seat roots if you want some.
Perfect. Yeah, one root and one fruit. You dealer's choice.
Okay. And he like kind of starts grabbing the goods, puts them in like a small little sack, like cloth sack, hands it over. That'll be 10 gold, please.
What?
$40,000. Oh my god.
How much is a gold in this? I've been treating gold as like one gold is $1.
Seth. That's it.
Oh.
Replace
I
them.
think a copper is like the equivalent of like the dollar.
Yeah, in this world, I'm kidding.
Yeah, for real.
In D&D,
Want
whatever,
money.
it says
I
that
think
like
you owe us some
We
gold.
we need more dollars if you were treating one gold as $1.
I'm just terrible at giving y'all loot. Like I just always forget.
we don't ever get any loot.
We know.
This is the first time that we have gone to go.
Leveling up and getting loot is the worst part of Seth campaign.
This has been like the first time though that we've actually gone through some planning and gone to a city to actually buy
want
stuff
my
though.
axe service. I want my axe.
Yes, I saw your message,
Briar
Carter.
has +1 weapons.
I saw your
Briar has
I
+1
saw
weapons.
I
I
saw
have a
your
+1
message.
shield
Give,
too.
give.
If you want, you can start making your
I
way
look
to
People
at
in the
him, and
hotel rooms are like, I wish this idiot was like banging on his desk.
I give back the sack and I say, I can't afford
Okay,
that.
whatever the equivalent of $10 is in D&D money is what yours to pay.
I think you owe us a lot of money.
See,
We're just
I had
gonna
a good excuse not to worry about it. I was like, oh, Mara's just gonna give y'all payment and worry about it. That's not like that's easy. Boom, easy. You're good. But now
Let me
it's
rephrase that.
really-
You owe me a lot of money. I've been
No.
paying for stuff.
we're just next session we're gonna come back. We're just somehow randomly like the Skyrim courier is gonna find us.
here's a
I have
bunch of
something
money.
for you. It's a giant sack
we
of
found
gold
this
with
treasure.
with a
I
letter
be
attached to
ruled
it. A letter from the Highland Empire.
One
Mara.
gold
Hey, your tax
piece.
refund is in.
Cade, how much syrup did
One
you just
gold
use?
piece.
I've seen you go back for that bottle 4 times now.
Okay,
No,
And not
okay.
only did you
That is
Show
a
it,
comically
douse
large
it.
amount of syrup.
Show it,
Pan
Kane.
the
He's got
carrot.
he's got like a
Show it.
suit
Cade.
now. He's got
show
a,
it to class.
sorry.
Oh God,
this
Cade.
that's actually
this Reddit
that's actually
post-
It
standard.
doesn't look
Says
that
I
bad.
feel like
that
per
That's a big
pancake is what
pancake.
he's
one
doing.
gold
It's
piece
a thick
is
pancake.
104
It is a
gold.
big pancake.
Well,
One
it's
gold
one
piece is
big one,
$104.
and then there's
Sorry,
one
$104.
little one.
Yep, which makes one
So-
copper, $1.
Okay, then
One
let's do
gold piece
10
is
copper. Then.
approximately one goat.
Yeah, I give him my.
You
10
mean I
copper
paid like
by
100
next
goats
day.
for my cloak?
It's a nice
You could've
cloak.
made
It
it
better
with
be
just 2.
invisible. Better make it be invisible.
Oh my god.
Sorry to
clothes are
derail you like
expensive.
that with economy,
Ugh.
but I got
100
my
goats,
citrus
though?
and I tell him, oh, while I'm at it, I used to have a girlfriend that lived over there in the Highland Empire. How are things over there?
Oh, you had a girlfriend who was Highland? I apologize.
Yeah.
Highland women are, whew, they're something.
Well, usually they're pretty racist, so she barked me around, but it made me get on a leash and everything. But she was hot. It was worth it.
Or whatever tickles your fancy, I guess.
He said in conversation, in conversation.
I heard there
We
was
had a
trouble brewing up
presentation
there.
today.
Yeah, that's actually why I used to sell that stuff for 5 copper. I'm having to jack up my prices. I had to pay.
Wow.
I had to pay 5 gold for a writ of travel from there.
That's insane, man.
I had Empire's
Gosh,
going on
that
full
sucks.
lockdown. I assume it has to do something with I don't know. There's a war going on and that they started somewhere. It's getting bad for us merchants.
Oh, I heard about that. General. Oh gosh. General Straden.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Of House
yeah,
Scintilla.
yeah. She
The Reaper of Armies or something. That's a scary name.
yeah she pretty much just took the Empire's army by force and called everyone up to some mystery action. No one knows what's going on. Next thing you know, talk and news of a war going on in the Borealis fields is starting to get everywhere.
That's crazy. I heard that she had maybe a deal with the devil.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Oh well, something had to get her that powerful, right?
He just shrugs. You know what you just said about Highland women, so I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Well, are you gonna be making your way back there anytime soon?
Well, I can probably, as he kind of looks at his stock, last here another week.
Well, here you go. I'll give you 5 gold if you'll get this letter. Just to the army. Cover your writ.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm assuming this is, for their eyes only.
I wrote it in language you probably can't read, so
Hey,
no
fair
worries.
enough. No, don't worry. No worries here.
With women, you gotta talk dirty to them, and sometimes you don't want your dirty talk being exposed, so you gotta write in another language. Send them some special glasses so they can read it.
He then holds it like a little further away from him, like it's toxic. Oh, yeah.
It's a little dirty, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. So for your own safety, I'd keep it. You see, not to brag,
Please
but
don't go into detail.
General, I'm not saying General Straden was the one who led me around with the leash, but there's a reason I asked about her. If you
He
get
just
this to
stares
her,
at you
that's great.
flatly. Are you gonna give me the 5 gold?
Give him 6.
he counts a 6 and just takes it anyway.
Yeah.
He's like, you made me listen to that? Yeah.
I'll write you the letter later.
All right, just yeah.
No fair. Nate just used this as an excuse to write dirty to Seth. Come on.
I now get the DM shit.
I'd already written the letter, and now I have a reason to send it.
Oh.
Ooh.
What's your address?
Well,
That's all I want to do.
We'll jump back to Thunar real quick, as you make your way to a blacksmith.
We just spent $180,000 on this freaking Sabelba scroll.
Better hope it works.
I mean, money obviously works
Jesus
different here
Christ.
because you have to use gold, but like, I mean that technically means that a health potion costs $50,000 too, though. So
Oh my God.
in normal D&D rules.
So
This is
Thunar, you're
Just like actual healthcare.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
So you approach this blacksmith who's pounding away at an anvil.
Pause.
Okay.
Can't pause out of turn.
This is a multiplayer game. You
sorry.
can't pause it.
That was very quick.
I can't pause D&D. It's online.
I'm sorry. I am realizing more and more that I play D&D that I am the problem, and I am the reason that we can't keep moving forward in a straight line.
I'm glad you know.
Yeah, shut up. It's been our turn.
So he's hammering.
All turn.
Hey.
It's been our turn.
He's nailing. He's
Josiah, stop breathing
I
so
won't,
loudly.
I won't say it again.
Sharpening?
Sharpening. Yeah,
sharpening.
he's sitting at a grindstone sharpening something.
What kind of stone?
Groin.
It wasn't me this time. It wasn't me.
Freaking 2 gold and a +1 axe. All right.
Growing.
No, you misunderstand. You misunderstand. Mr. Shopkeeper, you misunderstand. I caress my axe handle.
What?
You must service this one.
Okay. 1 gold to sharpen it up for you.
Can you reinforce the handle? It's a little flimsy.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
As he
I had to come and stand right there.
as he reverently takes it from you, and he begins to sharpen it on the stone. And then about I'll say about 2 hours after he started with some frivolous work, he gives it back to you and looks brand new.
Oh, you're as beautiful as the day I bought you at the discount store.
+1.
It's in the bargain bin.
And now you can get a +1 axe.
Let's go.
Haviland Tombstone.
Mm.
You're walking down the
I don't want to
street.
delete my axe.
You're walking down the street to this to these artificers. As you get close, you kind of see it's like right next to the blacksmiths. There's just kind of like an artificer area. The blacksmiths are kind of more open air shops, as they have heat just bellowing out of their tents and kind of open canopies. The artificers are more kind of like in actual buildings, like wooden buildings. And as you approach, you can open the door, and inside, it's pretty much, think of it as like a workshop, but like instead of like on workbenches, instead of like projects, it's like just like items for sale. And then like on the far wall facing the door, there's like a bigger workbench as someone's sitting there just kind of tinkering with something.
Artificer!
Excuse me.
Huh? He looks up and like a little flash like kind of goes from the object. He's like, yeah.
Are you alright?
What's up? Oh, I'm fine.
Forgive us. Do you happen to be an artificer?
Looks around.
Yes, I see
Yeah?
what's around. It is a polite way of asking.
Is it?
Yeah? What? How can I help you?
I would.
Sets aside his project.
Wow,
Leans
I'm
on his
actually stumbling over
workbench.
my words out of character. See, my mentor gave me these blueprints quite a while ago, but he's been unable to. I've been unable to meet with him again to put these together, and I'm not much. I don't understand magic much.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I can take a look at him.
Here you are.
I'll take like a look. He'll furrow his eyebrows, and as he looks more, with a frown. What is this?
I could show you something like it, and I pull out my firearm, my hand cannon.
Raise an eyebrow.
Stick 'em up.
I stick it. I lay it. I set it on the table next to him. This is a hand cannon.
May I?
It is something similar to this.
May I? As he like reaches for
Yes. Yes. You may. You may.
it, grabs it.
Fair warning. No.
Huh?
And I grab it and pull it this way. Don't point this end towards yourself.
I have first-hand experience. It'll blow your head off.
It will. He died.
So is it like?
He didn't die actually.
Does it like like shoot fireballs or something? Like shoot explosives?
Is there something I could shoot at in here?
Something you can destroy?
Sure.
Well, there's
Sure,
my
I
rival
would- I
shop
would-
across the way. If you want to shoot it at that.
Oh, I won't be causing any carnage in this.
Don't worry.
think
If you
so.
cause trouble, I'll take care of the law enforcement.
Here,
Essentially,
I have a testing area in the back. If I can go and use it real quick.
I should accompany you
Okay.
to make sure you. Let's go.
So he
And
kind
then
of ushers you in the back in like this giant metal box, essentially that's like scored
Does-
with.
Does he leave his storefront alone with me?
No. Someone else will come. You'll call to someone
Ah,
else, and the back person will kind of come
okay.
up and watch the.
We're in a
I was
metal
gonna
box.
get free
Yeah,
reign
pretty
to,
much. She
like,
walks to the back, and
steal
there's like
everything.
a metal box, just like scored with like carbon marks and like soot and other things.
I'm sorry, but this is a metal box, sir.
Yeah. It
I
can, as he
would
like kind of knocks
recommend
it, it can withstand a lot of explosions. Trust
Yes,
me,
it
I
can
know.
withstand, but I would rather not deal with the ricochet.
Ricochet?
Yes.
Was it gonna bounce around?
Make up words.
Yes, it very well could.
Looks around,
If you want to try
grabs
it,
like a
you can,
rock,
but
slams it in the
Yes.
center of the room.
now that should work.
Okay.
Now I want to like help him with the proper way of using it. I'm going to
He'll like hold
get
it
his arms
awkwardly,
ready.
like
Like-
someone who's shooting their gun for the first time.
lean into it a little bit, lean forward just a little bit. Bend your elbows a little more. Those are too straight. There you go. No, not like that. Raise your arms up. You know what? We're just gonna go with that.
One of these little notches on the top.
So you use that to aim. You want
Oh.
to line up the middle bar with the two bars on the side.
Gotcha.
Make
Okay.
them
And I
perfectly
assume
even.
this little
That is
thing
how you
right
aim.
there is, and a loud explosion just erupts.
I'm
Please
going to
tell me
take
your
it out of
next
his
blueprint
hands.
has a red dot.
It has an EOTech on it.
He's like,
it's a red dot illusion.
sees like a giant crater in the in the rock. Oh.
Should have warned you. It's quite loud.
Yeah. I'll
Now, do the blueprints make more sense to you now? Now that you have an understanding of what I'm trying to show you,
Yeah.
do you think you could put something like that together from these blueprints?
I can certainly try.
How much time do you think that could take?
If I work on it, if I like slowly work on it, a day or two.
Hmm.
I
One second.
could. This is more than a second.
Meanwhile,
Sorry. Yes.
oh, go ahead.
Sorry, my mom came to tell me something that she had literally just texted.
Now I could, if
Did
you're
you
in a
see my
hurry,
text about my growing?
I could try to pretty much figure it out and notate the blueprint to maybe help you put it together, kind of give instructions.
That could be helpful, because to be completely honest with you, I do not have time to stay here for 2 days.
That's fair. Rarely people do. Hence why everything is pretty much pre-made here.
Sure.
Yeah. Get back to me in a few hours, and I'll see what I can figure out and do. In terms of payment,
How much did we determine gold to be? 104?
a gold's about $100 now, so
How about this?
Good old
I give you
Benji.
2 gold up front. And then 2 gold after the product is finished.
you got yourself a deal. 4 gold for a day's work? Heck yeah.
If the product is finished.
I mean, I can't guarantee the product is finished. I'd be pretty much telling you how to. So, I mean, if you want to come back and give me the 2 gold after and see if it works or not.
Sure.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll get to working on it. Now, in the meantime,
Hey, say there, shopkeep.
mm-hmm. I just
What you
sit
got lying around?
close
There-
the book he
there's
was
some stuff
reading.
back there, you know.
Yeah. Well, we have. Let's see here. We have boots that can make you jump higher. We got
Cool.
we got a sword that can make you swing faster.
I
Um,
don't really use swords.
We have something that can blow air really, really
I've also
fast.
only worn boots once, and trust me, that's something you don't want to see.
I don't. I don't think that's something I'd want to see. Um, but yeah, we got something that can blow air really, really fast.
Blows air.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything cooler than that? Like something that goes like boom? As I say that, there's a loud boom
Yeah, I'm about to
behind me.
say, right after you said it, I started thinking there's a loud boom erupting from the back of the shop. Whatever that was.
As he's distracted, what
Yeah.
can I shove into my pocket?
Uh, there's like a little. I'll say just like a little metal like box just sitting on the workbench on the front.
Oh yeah, that's mine now.
He,
I'm going to try to take it.
He looks back. Roll stuff. So roll sleight of hand real quick.
Yeah. On 14.
14. So he'll look back and his point his thumb back at the back of the shop. Whatever that was goes boom.
Oh yeah, I think that's my partner's
After whatever that was.
weapon. You got anything that does that?
No, we're merely a utility shop, really.
Any cool belts?
Belts?
Yeah, belts.
There's a tannery down the street.
You said utility, and I was thinking, I could get myself a nice utility belt. You'll make. Okay, never
We
mind.
don't sell those here.
Wrong person. All right, fine. Lame shop. Nothing goes booming here.
He's kind of shrugs and opens his book again.
Alright.
Soon after, the actual shopkeep and Hava will walk out. Well, come back in a few hours and I'll see what I can get you.
Thank you, sir. What was your name?
Oh, my name? You can call me, Tao.
Tal?
Tao. Yeah.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Tal. Thank you for your help.
Hey, anytime.
Tombstone, do you have anything on your shopping list that you need to get done?
No, not really. I mean, I could. I have this shield I've been carrying around that I've been using recently.
Yeah.
Two-handed weapon and all. Might want to sell it, or I don't think anybody uses shields in our party, so it's a fancy shield too. I got it. It's upgraded.
Okay.
+1. So maybe I could get some gold out of it.
Maybe so.
All
we should
right.
head that way then. And then after that, I want to check the bounty board, see if we can make any more money while we're here.
Okay. So,
Dragon should have a lot of gold.
Mm-hmm.
We could be set for life.
So,
Except for 2 potatoes.
I'll say, just for the sake of time, you can go to the blacksmith. He'll offer you whatever the equivalent of like $30 is for that. Wait, it's a +1 shield, right?
It's a +1 shield. Yeah.
Okay, so whatever equivalent of like, he'll offer you like 75 for it.
So that's like 7.5 gold.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Because a gold is like $100.
Yeah. So it's
It's like 1 gold.
0.75. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it 1 gold and we'll call it a deal.
Shrugs. Okay. Got yourself a gold.
Dick. Doesn't feel like a lot, but now it's actually a lot.
All right. Will you go to check the bounty board?
I wanted
Roll-
to do that with Tombstone, but
Okay, roll
Yeah.
investigation.
19.
19. Looking at the bounty board, just various things. Actually, a few mentions of people getting lost near the woods, but hey, you took care of that already. Few other small things, but in terms of like the time that you have here, nothing you can realistically get done.
Bummer.
Okay, so the party will reconvene. as Karu
Hold
will
up.
approach as
I
well.
didn't get to do anything.
Oh, sorry. Where were you doing?
I was looking for spells. Magical things.
Oh, okay. What type of magical things?
Whatever you come up with.
Oh gosh.
The worst thing you could have answered.
So sorry. I was waiting patiently.
Before Ikley left, I would have liked to inform her that, there exists magics that help you to speak with the dead. I saw you doing some like whispery stuff around the campfire the other night. Maybe you could look for some of those things.
I might.
All right, you do you. I'm gonna go find this artificer.
Noted.
So would you like to find some sort of, without like a better word, necromantic place?
Sure.
All right. You find yourself at like this voodoo-looking shop, like straight out of New Orleans.
Yeah. I get
New
it, sir.
Orleans.
I
New
see what's
Orleans.
happening
Straight out of
here.
New Orleans.
You let them
From
know
the
what happened
Princess and
here
the
today.
Frog. Ooh, but the nigga name for myself.
Ooh, what am I gonna name him? As you walk in, like typical, like the windows are pretty much just like closed shut to not let any light in.
Mm.
As this old little woman is hunched over her desk, writing frantically, and she'll look up at you. Oh, hello. Put away what she was
Hello.
wearing. And what can I do for you?
I'm just shopping around. I'd like to see what you have.
Well, I can read your fortune. I can maybe contact a dead loved one, perhaps. I can maybe even, give you
None
way
of that.
to.
I'm not into feelings.
Oh, okay.
What else do you have that's tangible?
Tangible. Well, I have a few charms I could give you. Something to maybe help you connect with the dead more, if that's what you like.
Yeah, let's do that.
She pulls out a box and like turns around and like opens it really dramatically in front of you.
Ooh.
I have 3 charms for you.
Oh, okay. What do they do? What do they do?
One is is made from a crystal from the crystalline coast itself.
Okay, what does it do?
This one kind of gives you a better connection, right? I've worn it before and I felt that I could, feel the dead around me. Puts it back down. This one, as he pulls up, this one is a orb of metal, but it's a special metal, okay? This one comes from Rhydon. This one, when I've worn this one, I swear I could hear the voices of the dead.
I can already hear voices. Do you have anything else?
Oh, puts it back down.
I'm tripping up this lady.
It's like,
She's like,
that's just every day for me.
Well, if you can already talk to them, then maybe you'd want to see them. You see, this one, she picks up one. This one is just like a little thin, like piece of metal. This one is a nail, okay? But it's a special nail. This one has a long history. It's apparently used to kill a man and allows you to see the dead. Maybe you finally be able to see who you talk to.
Cute. I think I'll do that.
Very nice. Okay. Well, if you'd like to buy this one, it'll be about 3 gold.
Perfect. Sold.
All right. There you go.
Done.
Is there anything else I can get you?
Do you have anything that could possibly silence others around me? Like in a group? Or a potion, or...
Oh, darling, I do not deal in
item.
potions or anything like that.
Oh. Can I roll my eyes at her and hopefully I don't get a voodoo curse?
I can hex someone
High
for you
or
if you'd
low?
like.
Yeah, for real. Um,
I'm assuming
you know
it's
what?
someone you don't want to speak.
Better than that. I would love some information.
Oh, yes.
So, how does one? Do you guys like worship this dragon that's around here? I've heard like many tales about it.
She like cocks her head. Worship a drag? You mean
Oh,
from the
crap.
stories?
Now I'm insane. Yes. I've heard many tales before I got here, and I just wanted to know if they were true or not.
No offense, I know I deal with the with the dead and all, but even I'm not that superstitious.
Okay. But yes, what about that silencing thing? What were you saying?
Oh, I'm saying I can hex someone and make them hurt to speak. That'll help.
I'll keep that one in my back pocket. Maybe another day.
As always.
Do you have a business card I can give to my group?
Looks around. Points at the charm she just gave you. There's that.
Perfect. I'll spread the word. I'll walk out because I'm done.
Now the party can reconvene. As everyone
Should've gone
comes
to the
together,
necromancer.
shows everyone their new stuff.
I don't want to show my stuff.
As Karu approach. Well, looks like I secured us some transportation. Now I understand it's not the most ideal, but it'll get us to where we need to go. I found a sort of, it's kind of like struggles to find the words to describe it. A bunch of people are getting on a very nice boat to go relax at sea and take a stop in the Sea of Stillness near the mountains.
Sounds like it's
Good
gonna
time.
be the second time I get to be a pirate.
Sounds like we're going on a
Oh no,
cruise.
they're not pirates.
Oh, I wasn't talking about the people that are gonna be on the boat.
I thought you were a changed kobold.
Well, that doesn't mean we can't have some fun.
Point is,
Taking
couldn't
some
agree
people off
more,
the boat on the
Dario.
luxury cruise.
No, we cannot do that.
while we can't
If they can afford a luxury cruise, they can afford to lose a little bit.
It's not about what they can afford, it's about what we do.
Okay, guy. Jariel, I'm in.
Please. The name's Tombstone.
Okay, Jerry.
Tombstone for like the first time ever. It looks a little bit dumbfounded. Nobody has ever called him Jerry before. He's stumped.
You've done it. You've confounded Tombstone.
Who is this Jerry?
Finally!
Jerry.
Achievement unlocked.
They he kind of like kind of cocks head a bit. It's not necessarily, we're not necessarily, all I'm saying is there's an opening that comes in a few hours and we'll be able to get on without paying as much as we would need to normally.
Fine, as long as there's no stealing.
Skipping off on paying the cruise fees, huh? Free ride. I like the way you think.
Well, it's about 10 gold a person, so.
Oh. Hey, that's a lot of money.
$1,000? Wait, yeah, $1,000?
So unless you'll have enough to pay for that.
I don't want to pay for that. We're not getting the full experience.
Caitlin and I want to cruise for much less than that.
Who are these Caitlin?
Seth, how many hours has it been?
I'll say by the time, between then and when y'all are supposed to pretty much stow away on this boat, it'll be enough time for you to go back and talk to the artificer.
I would like to go back and talk.
So on your way back, the artificer kind of sees you walk in and say, just in time, I was just finishing it up. So it seems that these blueprints are supposed to modify the hand cannon.
Okay.
Pretty much to make it shoot faster?
Shoot faster?
Yeah. There's still some weird magic things going on here that I can't even fully understand. Who wrote this?
As I said before, my mentor.
Well, your mentor's definitely a whiz with magic.
Yes, you could say that.
Anyways, there's like some weird like spatial things going on. What? I don't understand. Point is, as he pulls up a little like pretty much get like just contraption in his hand.
A doodad.
Yeah, if you grab this, may I
Yes. And I
grab
pull
it? And, he's like,
out.
and you just put it, and he like kind of fits it like on the bottom that like covers the cylinder. Fits on here like this. Or I guess he wouldn't have made it actually. He would have. I just realized he didn't have that much time. If you follow these instructions, you can make a little contraption that'll fit over the barrel and the spinny thing part of it, and you should be able to. It should be able to shoot faster.
What do I need to build this contraption?
Well, you'll need a. Actually, he kind of pulls out like some parts. Outside just the metal, these are all the magical parts you need.
Okay.
A couple bits of infused metal and some other odds and ends. It lists it out on the blueprint.
Understood.
You can put it down and kind of like fold it up into one package with the blueprint. Here you go.
Now for the 2 gold that I had ready to pay for you.
Yes,
When
thank
you
you very
finish.
much.
Thank you. I appreciate your service.
Anytime.
And I will go back to my party.
All right. So as time approaches, Karu leads you to the dock area where there's this massive, like, huge ship, bigger than like any of the ships that y'all have been on. It's like has really nice wood engravings along the side, and it has pretty much no fortifications or anything like cannons. Instead, it has just like port windows along the side and large windows the higher you get up on the ship. As people are kind of in very nice clothes, like a bunch of just like the upper elites essentially walking onto this boat through like the through a ramp. Carpoint's like, now that's where the passengers are going. However, as he kind of points over to the side where people are are like loading up luggage, I think we can get in through there. Now, normally I don't ask of this, but Tombstone?
Oh yeah, I think I know where you're headed with this.
Need I say more?
No, Hevel.
Yes.
I'll say one
Tombstone.
thing. End somewhere with a little bit of shade, if you catch my drift.
If only race cars existed in this world. All right,
Yes, Tombstone.
Hevel.
A look of shock appears on Dinar's face, like, we're sneaking on?
Can I borrow one of them fancy new hand cannons?
Sure.
No.
Sure.
I promise not to shoot myself in the face this time.
That is actually was the next thing I was going to ask. Please don't shoot yourself. I really appreciate it.
I can promise that I will not shoot myself.
No, hold on. I don't want anyone hurt here.
Oh, darn.
Oh, fine. I promise I will not shoot any people that don't deserve to be shot.
Not this
People-
again.
He kind of looks around. People looks at the Thunar. People the Thunar wouldn't shoot.
Oh, but Tuna wouldn't shoot anybody.
That's the point.
That's not true. I would shoot a dragon.
But a dragon is not a person. Fine. I promise not to shoot anybody that Thunar wouldn't shoot.
Carmen nods.
Please be careful, Tombstone. Don't lose it. I'm less
Of
worried about
course
you killing
not.
yourself, to be honest.
Of course. Of course. I need you at full strength to be able to take on my foe. Seth?
Yeah?
Do I know what this box does, or is it just a box that I picked up?
You have no clue what the box
Okay,
does.
I won't even experiment with the box. I'll do that later. So Tombstone will walk to like the gangplank that like all of these like fancy folks
Mm-hmm.
are like walking up to. And he'll like pull one of them aside. Excuse me. I happen to be looking for someone.
He like kind of looks over. Yes.
Hi, nice to
Looks
meet
you
you.
up and down.
Name's Tombstone. Bodyguard extraordinaire. And then I like pat the gun at my side.
Is that tube supposed to be threatening?
Oh, this tube, you say? This tube happens to be a magical item of intense and destructive capability.
Listen, if you're trying to sell me something, I need to get on the boat. So
I'm not trying to sell you something. Sir. I'm just looking for my client. You wouldn't happen to know Sir Clifford Hound?
never heard of him.
I go into
I
I go hide somewhere and turn into a very good-looking, older, dashing uncle type male figure and put on my best clothing.
You've never heard of Sir Clifford Hound? The
Because it
legendary explorer?
turns
The
around
one
and
who
starts,
has mapped the entirety of the Serratus Mountains.
turns
Sir
around and starts
D.
walking up the gangplank.
Clifford
Nope, no, I
Howe.
haven't.
Well, you must meet him. I'm sure he's around here somewhere. He'll be wearing the most dashing outfit you've ever seen. And
I stride through, walking to the gangplank. Not just the boat, but I own the ocean.
one
And I
of
walk
the
up.
people there is like, excuse me,
Ah!
ticket.
There you are, Tombstone. Just keep walking.
oh yes, sir.
This is-
Who are you, sir?
It is I, Clifford.
Oh, my
Big
client.
red
Yes.
dog hound.
You did agree to pay me 10 gold pieces, an extraordinary large amount of money for this expedition, did you not, sir?
I clasp you on the shoulder and I say, "Did I say 10?
You did, sir.
I meant 15. A man
Oh,
of your
sir.
talents."
I even brought my old trusty side piece for this expedition.
One of the people like on the like, little like bus boys essentially. He's like, excuse me, I need to see your ticket, please.
Sir, no, back away. You do
Pshaw.
not ask Sir Clifford the Hound for a ticket. Sir Clifford
You want to know
goes
why
where
they
he
call
pleases.
me the Big Red Dog? You don't want to find out, little cabin boy.
In fact, let me demonstrate what will happen to those who ask Sir Clifford for a ticket. And I pull out the hand cannon, and I point at a like random suitcase that somebody's carrying, and I go, "Imagine that is your head." Bang!
No, Tombstone.
An
Not now.
explosion rings out about as people like duck and like a few screams are let out as people are like wondering what's going on. the people loading the luggage like stop and like all look over, and like a few of them like kind of like get each other's attention, and they start to walk over to the sound of the explosion as Karu kind of
Cabin boy,
looks at the other
how
cars like,
dare
"All right,
you?
go 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 go."
How dare you cause such an explosion?
But sir, I was only trying to do.
Not to you, not to you,
Oh,
the cabin
yes, yeah,
boy.
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
How dare you? Don't you know that we're guests on this ship?
I'm sorry that I had to do that in your presence, Sir Clifford. I was
Oh,
having to set a demonstration for
A
this
few like
it's
kind
not
of
your fault.
ignorant
It's the cabin
fool,
boy.
a
this
few
ignorant buffoon.
a few bigger people kind of like walk us like, "Okay," kind of claps you on the
All right,
claps you
now
on the
this
shoulder.
is who I can talk to. All right,
They start to guide like
I grab
they start to guide you away from the.
I grab the bigger guy and I clasp him on the shoulder and I cast a charm person.
All right, what role is that?
It's wisdom. Oh wait, how many guys is it?
There's like 2 people.
2.
I take the other guy and I say, no, and I like push my hands up against him, like trying to push me away. It's like,
As he just
do
as
not,
like your feet just drags on the ground as he
no.
push forward.
do not lay your hands on my client, Sir Clifford. If
And
you
I
do,
touch
I will fire this again.
I touch both of them and I cast it. So wisdom 17.
He fails.
Now, when I got on this ship, you said that I would be treated like royalty, and I am not feeling it as such.
Oh,
Now,
you're
allow
on the
me-
ship. I'm sorry. Well, you need to. Your bodyguard person needs to not defame people's property.
You are correct. I will
would
reprimand him
request-
in my quarters. Let's go.
And the other person's like she's just confused, looking at the other guard, like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, no. This let this man on. It's fine. As you walk up the gangplank,
Turns out, shadows aren't the only way to get aboard a ship. Ho ho!
as like this like 2 like very like noble looking people are like clinging up, like they're picking up their objects that exploded from the suitcase. As you pass on to the boat, and everyone else, you all entered in through the luggage area, as y'all are now on the boat, with the guards sufficiently distracted. All right. Now, on this boat, you kind of be able to. I guess you'll say y'all could reconvene on the what's it called? Like the deck of the boat. And as you're walking around, it's pretty much, think of just like a cruise. You have like restaurant food areas. You have like pretty much what are essentially bars and like a tavern in the boat itself. On the top of the deck, you have like a bunch of like nice seating areas to sit and watch the waves and be outside. And it's pretty much everything is like super fine, super fancy. As everyone else around is like pretty much dressed to the nines as they enjoy everything. So what do y'all do now? I will say there is a tavern, and guess what's in the tavern?
Darts.
Darts.
Here.
I thought we paid to be on this ship.
Isaiah.
What's funny is a couple weeks ago I had a work social
And
at this
I told
place.
him, if you want a piece of the big red dog, you're gonna bite off more than you can chew. Ain't that right, Tombstone?
But of course, Sir Clifford. Ho ho ho!
I wanted to hear about Cade's work social.
Well, I was just saying they had a bunch of different games there, and one of them was darts, and I played 2 games, and I was hoping that I would be like E3 in real life.
Oh no. How'd it go?
Oh no.
I lost both games.
Oh, you tried.
Ah, darts.
It was close
You
though.
got practice.
The Karu walk up to Sin and Tombstone. Well, that was quite the show.
Do you expect anything less?
No, actually, I'm just happy you didn't
Oh.
shoot someone.
I'm gonna have to get more creative from here on out.
I think that
How
was
is Havel feeling without his gun for an extended amount of time?
Uneasy.
Havel's having
Uh,
a panic attack
Havel
downstairs.
doesn't. Yeah, Havel, you're not really seeing much other than like his hands are so sweaty.
So
You just have the one hand cannon.
I just have the one. Yes.
Oh.
and
Wow.
you'll
Yeah, the
reconvene
shakes.
with Tombstone.
Hmm.
Said you'll reconvene with Tombstone.
Tombstone has
As
it
they
like
all meet up on the
Tombstone.
deck.
unceremoniously like tucked into like his like belt that's like linking his chainmail to like.
Tombstone.
Yeah.
Cool.
How's it going there, Havel?
I thought we paid to be on
Did
this
you
boat.
use my hand cannon for its purpose?
I did. Yeah, I blew something up. If
So
not, rather,
you must be
not
done
rather
with it.
powerful.
You must be done with it then. Could I have it back, Tombstone?
But what if I need to create another distraction?
You have many options for distractions on this cruise ship, Tombstone.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It is yours, of course. 2 gold.
I'm going to take it
Tombstone,
from him.
Tombstone, give him the gun.
Fine.
Throws Tombstone over.
When he passes it back to me, I'm going to quickly, like, frantically, like, look at it, make sure there's like no scratches on like the finish or anything.
It's been rubbing against my chainmail this whole time.
There's a one little mark near the cylinder.
I could sand this down. I could sand it down.
I'll buff out the scratches.
Don't worry, Cap.
Don't worry,
Buff
Captain.
out that
Buff out those
scratches.
scratches.
So, Itra, I assume you're going to the darts?
Yes. Let's see if he can redeem his real life
Would anyone like
player.
I want
to
to watch him.
Would anyone like to join him by going to the tavern on the ship?
Me.
Yeah, let's
I'll
I'll
go
go to the tavern on the ship.
Go to the
Yeah.
tavern.
Yeah, tavern.
All
yeah.
right, so you
Well,
join it.
I don't want to lose at darts.
It's pretty
what
much
tune on?
think of like a mix between like a
I don't want to
tavern
lose.
and like
I just want to go watch.
a
So
lounge
seasonal.
area, to where it's like
It's like a
It's not-
cigar.
yeah, it's not like
cigar
it's not
tavern.
rowdy. It's busy, but it's not like it's busy and fun, but it's not like rowdy, like you would think of like a tavern.
Smooth jazz playing. in the
Yeah,
there
exactly.
period? Dang it.
And so then
Like, yeah.
there's a little area in the back where with some dartboards, and Ishri walks up and begins throwing them.
All right, want me to hit?
Yeah, start rolling the hit. See what happens. What does everyone else want to do?
Oh gosh.
Can I walk up to Eitri as he's doing this?
All right, you can get a. You go up to like the bar area. There's some other kind of like really nicely dressed people, and they kind of like give you a side eye as you walk up, kind of in normal clothing. They don't say anything. They just kind of like give you a side eye. Turn back to their to
Okay.
who they're
I mean,
conversing
as long as
with.
nobody like makes a point of looking at me, then I'm not gonna say anything.
The barkeeper will kind of sit up. Huh. Well, what do you have?
Just whatever you would recommend. Just nothing too strong, nothing too light. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. I'll whip you something up.
Thank you.
Eitri, start rolling for those darts.
I rolled an 8, and then a 12, and then a 7, and then a 22, and then a 23.
Ooh, so you have to get warmed up a bit. But you got your kind of got in the groove of things, and you started throwing it. You're not really
Yeah.
keeping track of points. You're just kind of warming up a bit. Phelan, he comes back with just a nice little kind of mead in like a nice glass cup.
Thank you.
Let me
Anybody
get
else?
this straight. Haru said it costs money to be on this boat. It's a luxury liner.
Nat 20.
Did we
Oh, let's go.
pay or sneak on?
We snuck on.
Aha. And is the food on this boat inclusive? Like all inclusive, as a luxury liner might be.
Kari kind of just shrugs. I don't know. I didn't check.
Why don't you find out, dude?
Because that would be stealing.
No, Dunar. It's not stealing. It's how do I put this? You think of it as fuel. And
Oh, well,
and fuel is necessary to start fires. Right?
I don't think we want to start a fire on the
No,
ship.
no, it's not
Tombstone.
the actual fire. You know,
Not yet.
Right, until we take over the ship as pirates. No
Right.
fires.
Which is gonna happen tomorrow night.
No, it's not.
Did we not tell you all about that?
Dunar, think of it like a tab that you pay at the end.
Oh yeah, that's a
But
much
we're
better
not.
analogy. I don't know where I was going with mine.
Me neither.
I'll walk up. Sunar, with my drink in hand. Do you have any other ideas for how to do this? We have no money at this moment. I mean, you know what our task is as the group. We're really saving everybody, so technically,
They
that's
owe
how we're
They owe
paying
us.
it.
Yeah,
But
they're
I
paying it
wouldn't go
back.
That
that
is
far.
the sorriest excuse I have ever heard.
Sunar, if you want to walk through the mountains, go for it. But
Dunar, here you go. If we don't do this, we won't be able to hold up our debt to Tombstone. And what's greater debt? A life debt of that we owe Tombstone? Or a debt of going on a boat?
The only way to not steal on this boat is to not eat.
No.
oh lord,
You've already stolen by getting on the boat. If you don't eat, you will die when we face the dragon.
Dunar, we're going to
I
fight a
have
dragon.
rations.
Dunar, we're going to fight a dragon. The dragon probably has a large amount of treasure, if legends about dragons are true. If we can, we'll check it, and as long as we can find stuff that's not cursed, we can come back and make a payment to the crew to the luxury liner. Okay.
Yes, we can even help those nice fellows whose stuff I shut holes through.
Yes. So we can come back and we could pay them we could practically probably pay them tenfold. So
Yes,
Heading
y'all
over
can
to
do
Sid.
that.
it is unfortunate that
be able to find them.
uh, it is unfortunate that we are in this situation, and I understand your concern. I'm not a fan of stowing away either, but we kind of have to. We got to do something. I didn't hear your other ideas.
During the arguments, you hear like clanging and clattering from the nearby table, which Havel finds himself sitting in, as a bunch of pieces of something fell apart up on the table. As he grunts, "Damn it!" and he keeps trying to mess with these parts.
Roll intelligence check. Eitri,
Yes.
you're throwing these darts and you're getting the hang of it, right? You start keeping count, right? You're doing pretty good
Yeah.
until at one point you throw and you nail the perfect bullseye, right?
Triple 20.
Exactly. And you're proud of yourself on that hit. And you feel a hand on your
Dude.
shoulder, right?
Okay.
Oh, well, that was a pretty good throw there, Eitri. Want to play me?
Is this a random person?
You've never seen this person in your life. But before you stands a man. He's dressed nicely, not as nice as the others, but he's got like a gray vest on, no jacket with a red undershirt,
Kate's
and
about to get hustled.
some kind of short, but like medium length, not down to his shoulders, but some kind of dark blonde hair as he kind of looks to you with a smile.
Do I recognize him?
You've never seen him before in your life.
I say, "Excuse me, do I know
Never
you?"
went down to Georgia.
Oh no, you don't know me. But I'd love to get to know you. Game of darts.
You seem to already know me.
I know of you.
From whom?
Many people, actually. It's amazing what you can tell just by talking to people, learning their stories.
What's your story?
Well, that you have to earn through a game of darts.
Sus.
I'm game.
All right. As he goes up, grabs his pair of darts. You first?
Oh, I'll do or it's my pleasure. I just butchered that.
I'll do the pleasure.
I'll do the pleasure.
All right.
I
Roll it.
meant to say like I'll do the honors, but then I was also thinking about my
Thank you, my
pleasure.
pleasure.
That was
Okay, Mr.
such a
Chick-fil-A.
perfect line.
My honor. I'll do the pleasure.
Oh, all right.
Oh, Eitri, we don't know each other like that yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's just retcon that if you don't mind.
Yeah. Can we romance you?
Ooh. All right.
All right,
Romance you.
that's a 16.
He kind of lands
So sorry.
solidly. Good throw. He kind of points. Tell me, Eitri, what are you doing on this on the ship? Throws it, and it kind of goes off and like barely hits the board on the, but it barely hits on the board. Ooh, I need some more practice.
Well, I'll let that slide. I've already warmed up just a little bit, so.
Fair enough.
But you ask what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
And as I say that, I throw another one, and that's a 21.
Ooh, good hit.
And I say, right after it like hits, wherever it hits, I say, I just might like a good cruise, every now and then.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Grabs another dart. I just didn't know a task force spent money on things like this through his. It's a better hit. About the same place where yours, like your first throw hit. Kind of like
I kind
nods
of,
to himself.
nod with him. I'm like, you're getting it. But so let's see. He mentioned the task force. I say, you seem to know more than what you're letting on.
Kind of just like shrugs. Like I said, there's a lot you can learn from asking questions, hearing stories, telling them.
I just rolled again. 14. So
Decent hit.
yeah, all right. But
I might be able to come back from this. Throws it, hits like pretty much like about the same quality as the second throw. Or not.
so I asked him. So you mind giving me your name since you already kind of know mine and know who I am and everything?
Smiles like and looks to you. Eitri, you'd be shocked by how few people ask my name. You see, I actually before people ask my name, I garner myself a title. As he grabs another dart. People call me all different sort of things: drifter, traveler, wanderer. But one stuck that I really liked. Wayfarer, they called me.
Wayfarer.
Yeah,
Just what I need.
I thought it sounded pretty cool. So I decided, hey, why not take that title? But something was missing. Wayfarer's far too long of a name. Correct. Like most people's names are like one or two syllables. Eitri, for example, 2 syllables. Wayfarer,
Right.
far too long, far too long. So I decided to shorten it. Maybe something like way. That didn't feel that felt too wrong. Way, it just kind of leaves you hanging, right? Like a story that ends at the climax of when the stakes are highest. So
I
we had
know
to
it's
end
the
it.
worst.
So I thought, well, why not just tack a letter to the end of it? And he throws it, and it lands dead in the center.
Oh my God.
So, reaches out a hand toward you. You can call me Wade.
Wade. I shake his hand.
Nods politely.
And then I throw another one. 23.
Ooh,
And I say it's an honor to know you, or it's good to meet you.
it is my honor to meet you. Tell me, where are the others?
I would like to walk up to the tree at this point.
Ah, Phelan!
And then
Who are you?
Oh,
Phelan, this is
well,
Wade. He seems to know a lot about us somehow from somewhere.
thank you for the introduction, Tree. Hands out,
Wade.
puts out a hand.
Is that familiar to me?
Nope. Doesn't look or sound familiar.
I'll look him up and down. How do you know so much about us?
Well, like I told E-Tree here, you learn a lot from hearing stories, especially telling them too. Looks around. Want to grab a table real quick?
Sure.
Sure.
And he's like, oh, tell Thunar, Tombstone, the rest of them to go over by that corner as you see
If
like
you want
an empty table
grab
with
a
like
table,
a pack
Thunar
in
is
one of the
sitting-
chairs.
Oh, Thunar is sitting at a table in the corner, sulking.
Havel, you're
Someone's like sitting next to him, fidgeting with the box. Like, what does it do?
He's like, you're sitting next to Havel, who's like fidgeting with his stuff, and you're like looking in the
Damn it.
box.
Is that the corner that Wade points to?
Havel, you're putting it together, and a few of the pieces click into place. You're making progress, right? And you kind of hold it up, and you can kind of start to see the shape that it's supposed to take to slide on. You still got quite a few pieces here, but you're making progress.
Well, I'm gonna keep going.
All
Proud
right.
of you, Havel.
Thank you, Sven.
Captain Clifford to you.
Captain Clifford.
Gosh.
My apologies.
Dang it, Havel.
Captain Clifford, could you help me with this?
I don't think that's a good idea at all. I am undead and a bard. Like, I don't think that's a good idea
You
at all.
just need small hands.
I don't think I can morph just parts of my body, but if you would allow me to, I will be his small hands.
Like tiny hands.
Yeah.
You turn your hands into like
That's not what
halfling
I asked
hands,
for.
and you just start flicking.
Yeah.
BB hands.
Oh my god.
I hate this.
So
Does
Phelan-
Wade point to the table that Thunar is at with Tombstone?
No, he points to
like
like an empty table with like a pack sitting there, kind of like off in the back. As he starts walking toward that,
What do you want?
he stops and kind of like,
Not inclined to follow a stranger who seems to know way too much for somebody who I
You
don't
know-
know.
I might have come on a little too strong. You're right. Trust me, I know this will only make your fears worse, but there's nothing to worry about. In fact, I'm probably on your side.
Probably.
We'll see.
I don't know. I like him. I like him more than the Scaru guy.
More than probably, definitely on your. Well,
I'll
I'm on your
get
side.
them and
I just don't know how much. There's a whole big deal. All I want to do is talk.
we'll be there in a sec.
Thank you
I
so very
say,
much, Phelan.
I say some fences are too small to straddle.
Do I need to roll a check for small
That was
hands?
oddly poetic, Eitri.
Thank you.
I love,
look at
I love
look at
Ichi's
Ichi.
character because he has lines like, "I'll do the pleasure," and then
then
he has
drops.
lines like, "There's a fence that's too small to straddle," and it's like, what are you gonna get? I don't know.
Profound
Look
wisdom
at-
or misspeaking.
Look at Itri. I don't ever know what you're gonna say next, and just walks back towards the others. I'll kind of round everybody up or a little and direct them over to that table.
Everyone, as you kind of look over the table, you just see a man just kind of sitting idly, grabs a drink, kind of sips at it, puts it back down. Seems generally just unbothered.
Oh boy. What'd you do?
Why,
Get in trouble?
Why do we want to? Whoa! Why do we
No,
wanna
he
check
seems to
that?
know who we are.
He already knows who we are.
But of course,
Ah.
everybody knows
Oh,
who Tombstone.
It's about time. And I walk over there.
Yes. I'll stop Karu before he goes over there. Do you know anybody named Wade?
Wade?
Because that guy over there named Wade seems to know a lot about us.
Kind of leans over, looks. Never seen him before in my life.
Okay. I don't know. Something it's just very odd. He seems fine, but just
I,
just being cautious.
I say, when he first introduced himself to me, he kind of pulled a tombstone a little bit and started giving a string of titles and names. And then he said that he settled on Wayfarer, but then he explained several reasons why he didn't like that, which led him to just
So
call
for the
himself
3/8,
Wade.
not the 1/2.
I see. So, sounds like he's a
Wait.
talker.
We don't need another person with titles as long as Tombstone. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yes, I'm the only of my kind.
I gotta jump. Oh, I thought you already walked over to the table. Jeez.
Will you do you
Well,
want me to keep a watch on y'all? Do you want me to join you guys?
Yeah, he asked for the whole group, so I just wanted to ask you
Okay.
before we got over there if you already knew anything.
Fair enough. No, I don't.
Okay, fantastic. Let's go see what Wade has to say.
I am excitedly walking over to somebody who finally is a fan.
I thought you were excited to get us turned in. Finally, someone
That
got
too.
these fools.
So as you all he kind of just
Oh, he spells his name weird too. We gotta kill this guy. I'm sorry.
he kind of smiles and nods
Oh,
to you all.
why is there not an E?
Kind of
I had
smiles
that in
and
my head the whole time.
nods
He
to you
described
guys.
it as Wayfarer, Wade, W-A-D.
I know.
Wade.
It's just funny.
As you all sit down, he kind of nods and smiles at you all as you sit down. Thunar comes up. He's like, Thunar, I'm not gonna lie. It was a tie between you and Eitri.
A tie?
Yeah,
Ow.
who was gonna talk to first? But ultimately, he kind of he just kind of gestures toward Eitri. I had to choose Eitri.
It was
I
a dark.
understand. We all have
purple.
regrets.
Your skill
I'll
at darts
plot
just
down.
drew me toward you. I don't know how.
And the
else to say it.
handsomeness.
What do we know about Wade so far? Because I was dealing
Nothing.
with.
He
All
knows
all
us.
you know is that he
Nothing
knows
at all.
y'all's names. The origin of his name essentially, and that's about it.
Yep.
Okay.
Not a
Oh,
lot.
I thought we were
I am
still.
Thunar.
I didn't know we were going over there. I thought we were still working on your thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I
We
mean,
are
I went
still
over there and
working on
told.
this.
I went over there and told you guys. I came over there to get you guys.
I would have probably
can-
gathered my things.
I'll come look at it. What
Yeah, but
are
we
you
gotta finish
doing?
this.
Phelan, would
He's
you like
just
to
a
help
guy
Phelan?
with a weird name. Let's just
You're right.
finish this.
Let's.
I don't like leaving my hands like this.
Background.
Once
Just
everyone,
hold.
Can you put it on hold for just a minute? There's somebody
You could
here
just
who
carry
knows an
it and
awful lot
take
about
it to
us
the
that we don't
table.
know anything about. I mean, yeah.
We'll bring it to the table.
Work
We'll,
over
we'll
there.
just
Yeah.
move stations. Here, could you
Okay.
hold this, Sen? Thank you.
As
My
everyone-
hands turn back to human hands.
as everyone sits down, just well, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect to get all of you guys here, so thank you.
Why are we being pulled from
Briar,
my
good
project?
finally nice to see you. Oh yeah, is Zalgrim
Okay.
here?
Yeah.
I feel like
So-
Zalgrim doesn't leave the Watchful Eye of Karu.
He looks. He kind of like squints his eyes.
Long story.
Zalgrim?
Wow.
He looks like he like responds. Was I right?
Yes, long story, but I feel like it's time for you to start talking a little bit.
Oh well, I thought my own personal theory was that Zalgrim's dead, but okay. Well, looks like I need to gather a few more stories to figure that one out.
I
Anyways.
heard you
We
had
could only be
titles.
so lucky.
Oh, just some things people called me.
How many?
Well, things just like Drifter, Wayfarer, Wanderer, stuff like that.
Yeah, but how many total? Like
Kind of shrugs. I didn't count. I probably at least 10.
Tombstone consults a little scrap of paper. and then like folds the scrap of paper away and then sits down contentedly.
He's got more than 10.
Yeah, I've got more than 10 titles.
Anyways, as I'm sure you're all concerned as to how I know you and what I know about you all and all the such, I would like
Why
to.
wouldn't he know us?
Exactly.
Because
Y'all are,
nobody else does,
y'all
Dunar.
are becoming very, at least from where I visited, popular around here. Seems like y'all have done some really interesting things.
You could say that.
I've been I started my own things. It kind of collided with you guys, so I've been kind of following your story a bit as I've been traveling around. And so
Lore keeper or something? A bard? Or
shrugs. Kind of. In all honesty, I'm a traveler and a storyteller. That's all I am.
Where are you from, Wade?
Cocks his head. Havel. Have you ever told a story, Havel?
Yes.
Well, then you should know that stories are very robust things. Right? The better the story is, the stronger it
I
is.
do not have time for riddles. Just tell me where
It's
you're
not a
from.
riddle.
Pass me the wrench.
Yes, I got you. Crescent
Bear with
or
me. Bear with me.
Allen wrench?
Alan.
Okay.
The stronger a story is, right? Or the better story is, the stronger it is. And the stronger meaning you can ask so many different questions, you can have answers for it, right? But what is one weakness every story has?
The storyteller.
Well, no, see, that's simply how the story is, transmitted, right? Obviously,
So are you from
a
the
story.
Highland Empire? Are you from Browmark?
What is one thing that would? You're trying to tell a story. What is one thing that would ruin it?
People that are asking dumb questions.
People who
That
keep interrupting.
can be annoying. Interruption is also annoying. Quiet crowd is much better than a heckling one.
When you forget to build the proper, power system for what's going on in the world, and you keep writing stories anyway, and then you have to make a movie to explain the powers. Sorry.
He seems experienced in telling stories.
No.
One
I
thing
just
that can
watch a lot of
always-
stories.
A weakness every story has, no matter how good of a story it is a spoiler. Getting information from a third party before you're supposed to know it. It's a weakness every story has. And so, as you're making your own story, going through these lands, I must refrain from spoiling it.
Spoiling it for yourself or
Wait.
for others?
Just telling us where you're from, spoil it.
Kind of cocks his head.
Maybe we haven't been there
Just a
yet.
feeling.
I look at Phelan.
He's the
"You ever-
dragon, guys. You know dragons can turn into people.
What?
Never mind.
Pavel,
Yes,
you said my name.
I did. Do you ever meet someone and you know for a fact they're retarded?
Yes, I have.
You see,
Good.
Why do you ask?
You see, Havel, you would not call me retarded, right? If
May
you,
have-
you
have
barely
done
even
that.
know me, okay?
Because you won't tell me anything about
If
you.
you knew me, you'd call me something far worse than retarded.
What would I call you then,
Satan.
I don't know.
Wade? Wade,
Okay.
this is not how you make friends. Were you in band by any chance growing up?
A band? No.
Hey, Havel, I was in a band.
Not a band, in band.
Point is,
That makes no sense, Havel.
let's just say
Perhaps you were in a band.
Next thing you're gonna say is that people can get schooled at home.
That would be ridiculous.
now,
Continue.
complete transparency with you guys now, because I can tell I probably come here in a very bad spot. Y'all are probably not as trusting as I was hoping y'all would be, or as I heard y'all were. So, I'll just be upfront.
That doesn't
I am
sound
trusting.
nefarious at all.
I'll just
What are
be
you trying to sell us?
nothing.
Holy crap.
Listen,
Oh
listen.
Lord, everyone,
all
shut
of you
up and let him speak.
Stop speaking for 5 minutes. Finally, somebody comes around and knows who we are. And you guys can't quit badgering him.
Thunar,
You hold this
But
in
aren't you
while I
badgering him by
screw this
talking now?
Y'all are looking
all
for shards,
three
right?
of you. Hush. Whew, we got him. What did you say?
Y'all are looking for shards.
How the fuck do you know that?
1, language. 2,
Dang, Dayton.
2, because, like I said, I'm a storyteller. I keep saying it. You'd be surprised how much you can learn by hearing people's stories. It's what I do everywhere I go. I listen to stories, I learn about wherever I am, and I move on.
So what inspired you to
Carefully.
catch up to the story?
Because I'm curious of what these shards are. I have no clue what they are, but they're powerful, I know that. And so I'm curious. I'm trying
Are
to
they important to the story?
Well, y'all certainly seem so. Y'all been going around all of Tannerim trying to find them.
If
I first found y'all's scent, so to say. Y'all's trail. I was in an underground city, I think it was called Dampfilled.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. The city that is damp.
Yeah,
That's where I'm from.
picked up y'all's trail there. Been following it ever since.
Yeah, we got a tavern down there. People love me.
They do. I went to that tavern. Amazing food.
Don't they? Really? Like, for real, like the best steak you've ever had.
You know, like
So moist. Yeah, I guess it's the calling
Grom
card of the city
on
that's damp.
Grom behind the grill, like behind cooking, is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Like
You cannot beat
I've been-
ogre chefs.
I've been now listen.
Ogre chefs, they're
I've
top
been
tier.
to a lot of places, right? I've been to a lot of taverns. Trust me, a lot of them are bad. This one, I
Have
swear,
you
is
ever
probably
been
one
to
of the best.
the Fried Nipple Dive Bar? Heard about it
I
once.
don't even know if I'd want to go to a place called the Fried Nipple Dive Bar.
Well,
But you could
their
probably convince
cook
me.
is named Clyde, and I remember that.
Love
I don't know why I'm so offended.
Where's that?
you, Dave.
can you get to a point? I'm usually a bit more temperate-minded, but I'm starting to feel a bit like my friend Havel normally does.
What is that supposed to mean?
Quick to the fuse.
Okay.
He's saying you're an asshole. I did not say that. He basically said that in a nice way.
Point is, I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on what the shards are.
You guys have that silence spell.
If we had these shards you talk about, or we're looking for them, what makes you think we're just gonna tell you about it? Like,
Because I asked?
yeah? Okay, so, if
I mean, if you
you've
want to
been
make some sort of
following-
information trade, like we can do that.
well, you said, alright, you said you've been following our story, so you know if we are getting these shards, why we'd be getting these shards.
The why is still a little iffy. There's little gaps in there. Like, I lost your trail in Highland for a bit. Picked it up in the tribal lands. Not sure how y'all got there.
Skills. Well, let me tell you one thing.
All I know is that you did find one in Dampfield. I saw it.
How about this? What if we exchange
My dad's in charge of
information
Danfield.
for a service?
A
So what
service.
if you prove what if you prove that you're trustworthy and friendly by
Sorry, I thought you
helping
were
us
in
in our
for an information exchange.
next task?
I would love to show that I'm trustworthy, because I'm not gonna lie, the feeling's a little more tense than I wanted it to be. This is supposed to be a nice little chat, you know, he kind of gestures around, at a tavern,
common theme.
a nice friendly chat, and it ends up looking, and it feels like I'm on
I
trial
know.
right now. So
I know. I want a
should have
spoiler.
a spoiler.
If you know anything about the story that you've been following, then it would be obvious that I'm assuming you would notice that we're trying to hide a couple of things.
Yes, which is why I came to the back corner. I'm not sitting in front of the jazz band, you know, telling y'all stories to everyone.
They're pretty good.
They are. It's a great story so far. I'm enjoying it.
What's
My
the
No, not
story
progress
story.
on my-
sucks.
What's the progress on my doodad while I'm sitting here?
Roll
telling
another
each other? I'm
intelligence
curious.
check.
Thank you.
Can I give
Remind
him
me what you want to know.
Yeah, you can give him assistance. So roll it with
Dirty
advantage.
20.
Remind me what he wants to know.
I just want to
He
know
wants
just what y'all's thoughts on are the shards, right? Because
Oh, what we think they are?
yeah, because I get the sense, right? As a traveler, storyteller, you kind of get a sixth sense on things. Something big is happening. I just feel it, and I feel like I'm right on the edge of understanding what's going on, but I feel like I'm missing something very, very important. I just don't know what it is.
I will tell you what I think. For a spoiler.
A spoiler. To what story?
Ours.
I mean, okay.
I thought you said you knew.
He only
Kind of
knows what we've
shrugs.
done so far, Thunar. So
Thunar,
he
can
only
you
knows
do
as much
the
as we
zone
know.
of truth thing?
The zone of what now?
I explode with magic.
You want to
I take a big
prove
swig
that
in the
you're
air.
trustworthy.
Thunar's nose is quite the sniffer he's got on him. See, Thunar can
Charisma 15.
smell when people lie.
Oh.
Thunar pulls out a piece of paper. Make a charisma 15 saving throw.
In fact,
Or choose to fail it.
he will choose to fail.
Oh, okay.
And I will cast
Ah.
on top of that a. Wow, I just
Tombstone
literally had it pulled
passes your charisma saving throw.
up.
Okay.
I will cast a detect thoughts.
So what is the wisdom saving throw on that
Wisdom saving 17. I can already get the surface,
one? Yeah.
but
So
it's
surface
17 if I
level,
can
you
use it.
have curiosity, right? A little bit of, you know, fear upon how much y'all jumped on him, and kind of a little bit on the a little bit lower, like starting to get into like the out of the surface area thoughts, but you still get a hint of it. Anxiety.
Thunar, Phelan also passes your charisma saving throw.
Oh, you didn't elect to. Okay.
I'm electing to fail.
No, Phelan wants to be able to lie to this guy because he doesn't trust this dude.
Okay, so is him sniffing out my lies part of this trustworthy process?
Of course.
Perfect.
So, repeat what you were here for again.
Takes a sip of his drink. Well, I'm trying to figure out what these shards are, right? I think that might relate to this, you know, big thing that's happening that I'm something I'm missing.
What are you so anxious about?
Oh. Well, that's didn't expect that one. Hold on. Like I said, I feel like I'm missing something very, very important. That makes me a little anxious.
That's understandable.
You know, it was a good idea with the zone of truth, but it doesn't make it a zone of stop BSing and giving white half truths. We need to come up with a new spell that can do that and just make them say whatever I want them to say.
So you just want to control someone?
What
Yes,
spell?
I do have that spell.
What spell?
What?
Oh, I'm
Never
sorry, Dunar. Your nose. He's wanting you to sniff someone if they don't do exactly what you want them to.
I,
That seems preposterous.
Regardless.
I would never.
I would
Phelan is the one to-
suggest
What can
Phelan
I?
is the one to talk
What
to
can
him.
I tell you in order to make y'all trust me?
just start spilling.
Where are
Okay.
you from?
I'm an open book.
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
That one's a little harder to explain.
Why?
See, yeah.
Why?
I would
Just-
while we're trying to talk to him, I would like to.
I think the shards are magical.
Yes, that much was. I figured that much as well.
Or we're talking. I would like to see if I can see the lines.
Okay.
You know, I've used
So
one.
you can because you're check earlier, you can kind of just go like if you have a shard, you can grab one and use it at will.
Yeah, I mean they're in my bag, so it's just kind of like.
So
like
you see a
similar,
line.
just
So you
kinda-
see lines, and you
wait,
Does
see
he have any lines?
he does have a blue line.
It's a blue line. Okay.
Yeah, all the lines are blue.
Lame.
Except
Wait.
for purple for
His is
sin.
his is probably about as thick as yours is, Phelan.
Does the thickness differ between the people?
Kinda. It's hard to tell.
What's that ours?
But he does have a line going to him.
Wait, I've used one or two.
How did it feel like? I've always wanted to get my hands on one.
Thunar, don't answer that. We have zero reason to trust this guy. Still.
Why don't we just kill first and quit going through these stupid conversations
You're-
and we end up
Whoa,
killing
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Can
whoa,
we
whoa,
finish
whoa.
this?
Wait.
Can we finish this
Pause.
doodad before
Pause
we
out.
kill
What
him?
the
I want
heck
to try
is
it.
wrong with y'all?
Nobody's killing anybody,
Thank you, Phelan.
but
Don't be so sure.
you are saying you're willing to give us information in order to help trust you. Spill some information then. I hear nothing but you asking us questions, and I
Okay.
still have no reason to
Then I'll
trust
tell
you.
you pretty
He's a
much
story
everything.
listener.
I'll tell you everything I know.
This is not that hard.
Thunar, you're not that naive, Thunar. I know you're not.
I know.
This is not that hard. He told the truth.
You guys
He's a
burned
story-
down a. You guys did burn down a manor in Damfield, right?
They
There-
did.
They did.
That one did. That
Okay.
Album.
Before that, I know
Oh,
that
that was
there was.
Toontown.
In Danfield?
No,
Oh, not Dan. Oh, no, Danfield. Sorry, not Aldrich. Danfield.
Before that, I know
Fire.
there was some. I would have heard from Oldreach was you saved the city from some undead attack, something like that. Haven't really chased all that yet. That seemed. There's a lot of different stories going on there. Confused me.
It gets
Interesting, though.
really good.
Oh, I'll have to go back and see that.
It comes back later.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh. I'll follow that. Sorry. After that, I found out y'all burned down a manor in Damfield, the City Lord's Manor, actually. That was where I first saw these shards. I heard, stories and other sort of lore and folktale about them before, but that's when I realized y'all were collecting them. After that, I followed your trail a little bit, did a little bit of investigation on my own, obviously. Tried to learn more stories, learn more about the land. After that, found y'all's sent in the Highland Empire, right? Killed the Emperor. That's pretty big.
It wasn't actually us.
Emperor?
It wasn't
Pretty
y'all.
dope.
Like literally, we were there, but
Oh. I would love to hear that story sometime. Regardless, moving on. Lost your trail for a bit. Don't really know where y'all went. Picked it back up in the tribal lands. Apparently y'all saved the tribe there. A lot of people there liked you. Theonard, you're really popular around there, if I don't know if you know. By the way, your dad
have 2
doing
homes.
a great job.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank you. How's my sister and my mom?
Good, good. As far as I could tell, I didn't get a chance to talk to them. I was too busy talking to some people in white robes. Regardless, after that, followed you back to. Apparently, I went back to Old Reach, right? Got some more information there. That's when I got really confused about the timeline of everything going on with this like undead attack. And then from there, I heard a word of you in Ninasara. Hence, I'm here now. Didn't know where y'all were. Stopped by the city, see if y'all were there. Didn't find y'all, and then happened to see you on this cruise.
Are you on this cruise to meet us, or are you on this cruise to enjoy a nice cruise?
Yes.
Yes. That's helpful.
Like I said, I've been doing my own investigations, trying to learn more about this world, learn as much as I can about these shards. Apparently, they're super important.
So if you can't tell us where you're from because it's very complicated, are you able to tell us the location where you exited your mother's womb?
Why did you phrase it that way?
Because that shouldn't be as complicated as where you're from, because if you have a complicated family history and upbringing, then you might identify with multiple places that you could be from. But where you're born is very simple.
Interesting. Well put. I'll put it this way, as vague as I can make it. Actually, not as vague. It's truthful. Entirely truthful. You'll know that, Theodore.
I wink.
A lot of the maps I've seen of Tannerim are large, but they don't cover everything. I'm from off the map.
For a storyteller, you're boring me.
Well, I
Amen.
haven't been telling a story, have I?
He's a story listener.
Shadows.
I've heard talks
What do you
of
know?
those.
What do you know?
Picked up a few in Highland, or a few mentions of it in Highland and Browmark. Honestly, that's something I haven't investigated too much. A lot of it seems like folktale to me.
Yeah. It is.
Do y'all know anything about that?
Nothing.
They're nasty.
Nasty. So you've seen some.
Scary.
Just like where you're from, it's complicated.
How does every question we ask
Fair
end up with us having less information than he does?
Listen, I'm still new to this place. I'm trying to figure it out.
How are you new to this place?
Like I said, I'm a traveler.
Seth, where are we at on the doodad?
What race is he?
With that, human. with that last one, Havel, you start putting together, and a few more parts click into place, right? And all the pieces are together, and you're like, fantastic. And you go to put it on, and you see one piece that's just left over right there. And you look at it, you're like,
one little piece.
start rereading the instruction, like, hey, where was this piece
That
supposed to go?
Dang it! Cindy, did you skip a part?
Restart.
Bro forgot the firing pin.
Yes, that's what it is.
Okay. You obviously know a lot about what we've been doing. Still doesn't incline me to trust you, because it's really easy for somebody on our side or not on our side to know our story. I need you to tell us something we don't know. If you want me to trust you, I need something that we don't know, that you know. That's how information exchange works. You tell me something I need to know, and I tell you something you need to know.
What is it you want to know then? Because, I mean, I can maybe tell you something about botany that you don't know, but you may not care.
What do you know about dragons?
Dragons? Oh, that's one I've heard a little bit
A little bit.
about. Well, most of the dragons I've heard of is really just the dragon in the Serratus Mountains.
What do you know?
Well, most of what I've heard is folktale, you know, typical stories to keep kids away from wandering in mountains, such things. But as I've started to learn with this place, Tanarim, is well, most folk stories come from something, as you just confirmed with the shadows. I haven't seen this dragon, haven't met it, haven't talked to it. But if it's like any other dragons I've seen, then I would expect it to be probably quite rude, little self-absorbed, and most likely has an entourage.
Are you a dragon?
He kind of just looks really confused. No, why would I be? Do I have scales and wings?
You don't have to be a dragon.
Valid question.
Pretty sure you do, but okay. What's up?
I'm affirming Sen, not asking
Oh.
the question.
Okay, well, a bit of lore I didn't know about.
Yeah, how does a dragon not have scales and wings?
I know my point. My question exactly, Phelan.
Well, I don't have pointy ears, but I can be an elf if you want me to be.
Well, yes, you're a changeling. That's kind of like that's the thing you do.
How do you think changelings got their
Kind of
powers?
thing.
No
Shrugs.
idea.
I don't know.
Deity.
Dragons,
Curse.
long ago, have the power, to change into human beings and stuff.
You
They
can believe
gave it
that if
to a
you want to.
particular race. That's what we're taught, at least.
Yeah, that's what you're taught.
Well, interesting. I had never heard of that, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Well,
I really don't like this guy, and I get up and leave.
I can't win them all.
Man, this Thunar beef gonna make me actually upset. I'm gonna go cry.
Can you please explain to him later that I truly am trying to help you guys out? Trying to be on your side?
Can I cast Detect Thoughts on him?
Sure. Is that a wisdom
Turn,
saving throw?
woohoo!
Yeah, it's Wisdom 15.
You get surface level disappointment, a little hint of sadness, a lot of anxiety now, and still just curiosity.
What makes you so curious about our group?
Well, because these shards you've been chasing around, never seen anything like them.
Mm-hmm.
Which
So
is
you
saying a
just
lot.
want to know
given
about
how-
them?
Yeah, essentially.
tell you what. For reasons that you haven't figured out yet, because you're far enough behind in the story, apparently. I have no reason to trust you. Okay?
Fair enough.
And you just telling me some random stuff that about ourselves, about things that we kind of already know, doesn't really help me out any in wanting to give you information. But How good are you in a fight?
A fight?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm a traveling
In any
storyteller.
in any capacity.
Most that I'm able to do is survive. I've seen plenty of battles. Can't say I've done much. I can hold my own maybe against one, maybe two people.
Well,
Why do you ask?
if you really want the information to fill out the story, I know of one way that I'd feel more inclined to trust you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dragon in the Serratus Mountains. A dragon we're looking for. And the dragon that
Yes.
we're probably
The
going to
dragon.
fight.
Not just a dragon. The dragon, okay?
Mm-hmm.
As far as I can tell, there's only one dragon on Tanarim. And it's that one.
Well, we're looking for that dragon. If you tag along and aid us in our endeavors against this dragon,
It's not going to work.
what do you mean it's not going to work, Thunar?
He just said he didn't fight, and you're going to subject him to a dragon that can tear his mind apart with words?
Well, Thunar, do you have any other way to prove that we can trust him?
What now?
This is the service that I was talking about earlier.
Oh,
thought
Ichi
my
was
nose
3
was
steps
good
ahead
enough
of
for you.
y'all.
Your nose is pretty good, but he's not given us any information that we don't already know.
Yes, he's
So-
a story listener. That's how they work.
No, he's a storyteller. And so far I've heard very little storytelling.
He just told my entire story.
You come with
Ooh,
us,
I want to.
help in any capacity that you can, and I'll feel a lot more inclined to give you the information that you're looking for. How much is it worth to you? Even if you don't go head to head directly with the dragon, if you're there in support,
Saying as long as I just stick around?
help.
Obviously, yes. Help. But even if I'm not, facing down the dragon
If
toe
you
to
aren't the
toe.
one swinging on the dragon, but you are assisting us in some sort of capacity during our fight, that will work for me.
Absolutely.
Because you'll be in just as much danger. Anybody
I'm
who's
no
willing to
stranger to
put his
danger. I'm no stranger to danger. Yeah, that rhymed. That's actually I should use that later. I've been endangered before. Like I said, I know how to survive. I just don't really know how to. I can't say I can punch really hard.
Unless anybody else says different, then I would feel comfortable to giving you information under those circumstances after that.
This is exciting.
But then again, I am also just one of our groups, so I can't withhold all the information if somebody else decides to tell you. So for anybody that thinks the same as me and that you haven't really given us enough reason to really trust you yet, that's what I need. Once that's done, I'll answer your questions.
If that's what it takes for y'all to trust me, I'm down. I'm okay. I can do this.
Do I speak for
I was
everyone,
fine well
or
before this. I was kind of fine well before this.
He seems likable enough.
I mean,
Maybe he can provide some entertainment for the road.
Thanks,
mean-
Tombstone.
just thinking. I mean, our enemies already know what the chart is, so
Enemies?
I'm gonna go invisible in a corner.
Thunar, do you think it out of the realm of possibility that those against us might try a new tactic where they tried to convince us to trust somebody that wants information on these kinds of things?
Wait, okay. Great,
in order to get their hands on whatever they might be looking for. Don't
Phelan. Great points you're making here. Quick timeout. Enemies? Against y'all?
I think our conversation here might be done for tonight.
Okay.
The information that goes from here, be careful. I'm not going to give you any specifics, but
The best storytellers know what to say, but also, more importantly, know what not to say.
also, you guys, I know I'm talking a lot. If you guys want to talk over Phelan, do it. I'm not trying to dominate the conversation. Phelan is not trusting at all right now, so that's why he's doing this.
Yeah, I know. He needs to go to bed.
No, Josiah is fine. This is Phelan.
Yeah, I know. Phelan needs to go to bed. So the people of us who aren't insane
Well, if any
can
of
have a
y'all want to,
conversation.
I'll be here for probably the.
You don't have to leave. Yeah, I think Phelan here he's had a couple rough weeks. We're not kicking you out or anything. Don't take that from all of us.
I'm not trying to. I'm
won't-
not saying you leave. I just, if we're gonna discuss anything further, I would like him to be away from the table for now.
Oh, I will.
I'll take him over there.
I was like gonna say
Wait,
I
I want to.
might have a good time exchanging some stories. I got some good gladiator tales he'd love to hear.
Ooh, I did hear about the pit.
I want to know.
Oh yeah,
I want to know.
crazy.
I want to know about the land beyond the map.
Oh. Ooh. There's some interesting places out there, Thunar.
More interesting than home.
Depends on what you find interesting. Let's see, I've been to. Ooh. There's a place where the sun didn't shine. That was an interesting place.
It's called a bull sack.
I believe you're referring to Taint Land.
Sin,
Sorry.
I just heard your voice from that.
I'm not here. That was my shadow.
Have I found where the piece went on the doodad?
Have
I
you
want
made
this
another
doodad
intelligence
finished.
check? Sorry.
No.
Okay, then do that.
Hey, wait. You know
Ah.
what this box does? I hand him the box I stole from the.
He looks at it. Actually, I think I might. Starts inspecting it. This seems to be like a magic-infused piece of metal. Block of metal.
And what would somebody use this magic-infused block of metal for?
Well, it seems that this has been infused with a type of magic to push.
To push, you say? Care
Yeah.
for a demonstration?
With the amount of magic in here, I assume it would probably act as a sort of battery of that magic, so to say. The amount of magic in here, if you release it all at once, it might. Looks around. The darts might make it.
So it can launch some darts. You put them inside the box. And you open
It'll
the box?
launch anything and everything around it away with a very large force.
Huh. How would you go about activating this push?
Well,
Sounds useful.
I'd say either just breaking it usually releases energy inside or magic inside things.
Sure. I'll take the box back.
Careful with that now. I don't want to end up a pancake on this back wall here.
I'm not gonna promise. Tombstone never makes promises he can't keep.
You know what? That's smart, but that also terrifies me. Kind of just taps the table. If y'all would like to talk, I can go get another drink or something.
Maybe warm up a little more on your darts.
You know
think
what,
you have a lot of promise in you.
Eitri? That means so much coming from you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
I can sense tension, however, so I'm going to go get something. He fills up his empty glass, get a refill, and maybe go practice a few darts. And as he stands up and excuses himself and walks away.
Briar's gonna follow him.
I'm
12
watching
on the
him
doodad.
from my invisible corner.
Is
Roll a
Nate
12.
helping you with the doodad still?
No,
Okay.
no. I am watching from an invisible corner.
You find where the piece is supposed to go, and you click it into place, and you finish the rest. But now a different piece is misplaced. Almost there, though.
Sorry.
No.
Roll another intelligence check for me.
Not one.
Oh, oh.
Now there's 2 placed pieces missing? you go back, you start reading like the instructions step by
Puzzle
step.
sucks.
IKEA forgot to give me the Allen wrench.
Isha, if Isha's handwriting was better, this would.
These
would
pictures
be better.
just terrible.
He just does have
handwriting is
terrible
terrible.
handwriting.
Can I like
Isha had
as
to be a
he's
lefty.
like as the Wade walks away from the table and as Havel's been tinkering with this the entire
I
time.
say right as
Can I reach over there with my?
right as Wade
Can I
leaves,
just-
Havel just slams the desk.
Yeah, can I just reach over there and you said
Like,
it's like
knocks
2
over the chair
parts
next to
left?
me.
Yeah,
What kind of check would you need to put that
intelligence
together?
check.
Okay. That will be a 19.
You look over.
No,
and
sorry,
you're-
sorry, 18, sorry, 18.
You look over and you're like, oh, that piece is supposed to go right there.
I'd like to click a piece in together. Just take
He
a breath.
He disassembles it partially, puts a piece in, reassembles it.
Take a breath. You clattering this on the table. It's getting on my nerves. I'm so sorry.
I'm getting on
love
your
the
nerves?
piece though. Love of the piece though.
Peace.
No, not you. The clattering. Love whatever this is gonna be.
Me too.
I'll set it down in front of him. I hope that helps.
Me too, kid. Me too.
Someone breaking into your car, Alexandra?
That's what it sounds like.
Uh
Better
oh.
go check that one.
Yeah, better go check it.
Yeah.
Is Wade back
Is your
yet? No,
refrigerator running?
Wade's like left. He's like, you see him at the
Yeah,
bar. He's getting a refill. He walks over,
Whoa.
picks up
I
the
thought he was
darts.
coming back.
Sorry.
throws
I
a few-
turn
I
up.
mean, he's going to eventually. He's just kind of slowly coming back, giving y'all time
I
to
turn.
talk.
Dunar, you
Mm.
can't just trust this guy like that.
I can't.
Why? Are you that naive, Thunar? The guy that we were supposed to be able to trust and who was supposed to be in charge of us, the guy I've known for all my entire life, just betrayed us, tried to kill us, and destroy everything we've been working for. And somebody that we should have been able to trust, we couldn't. And now you just think that the first guy that shows up and sweet talks us with some stories, that we should just trust him. We have no idea if Epsilon has anything to do with this. This could easily be an attempt. This could easily be an attempt by Epsilon to get his hands on the shards using some sort of different method than brute force.
I understand your distrust. But everyone is not Aegis, and everyone is not Epsilon.
Everyone's not, but some people could, and
Do
we
not
don't know
take
who.
your previous experience into the next conversation.
I thought you were smarter than that, Thunar. You know, this. You can't just trust the first random people that come up. We've never done that before. I refuse to tell him to talk anything around this guy until he's proven himself. So, if you guys want to give him information, that's on your own heads. And if he turns out to betray us, and you've given him the information, that's on your heads, not mine. Phelan will get up. I'm gonna go to bed. And turn to walk out. He will walk out if nobody stops him. But
No, it's not what I was supposed to say. That's what I was supposed to say. Wade will like be throwing a dart and see Phelan leave. Look back to the table. Give you a few more moments and throw another dart.
Hey, I followed him to speak to him. I don't know if I said that earlier.
Oh, you followed Wade?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you will approach him as he's throwing darts. Ah, Briar. To what do
Hello.
I owe the pleasure?
I was just wondering what all you know about me.
You've been an interesting one. As far as I can tell, it's kind of hard to gauge exactly when you joined. I know it was after y'all's first trip to Minnesota. Zetsu, at least, from what I understand.
So you know nothing of me before then.
I haven't been looking.
Could you?
Shrugs. I could try. Is this a challenge?
Sure,
Okay.
if that's how you need to approach it.
That I can certainly do.
I'd just like to know how much about me is readily accessible.
I wouldn't say that what I can find or the stories I hear aren't readily accessible. A lot of it is finding exactly where or who to ask a story from.
I see. Well, I would appreciate it.
I'll see what I can do. At this point,
Thank
he'll see Phelan leave. Look back. Think I'm okay to go back now?
Yeah,
I
you
understand
should be
things are
fine.
pretty tense, and I don't want to step on any toes.
They'll be fine. Sometimes they get into spats.
Well, you know how teams work, right? You have your honeymoon phase, storming phase, and then you soar to the top. You just got to get through your storming phase. You know,
You said it.
it's
But
like
what about the norming stage?
it's like a story, right? You always hit your throat lowest before Act 3.
fourth wall break.
Anyways, he kind of gestures after you.
Walk back to the table.
What'd you roll?
11.
11. Phelan, would you like to help him out with
Give
that?
him his prof bonus.
Phelan's gone.
Phelan went late. Phelan left.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I got up and walked away.
Finally, with Phelan's help, it clicks into place. All the pieces. And you try to like slide it onto your gun like the guy said, and it slides right on, covers like the cylinder with a little click.
Put it in my holster. I stand up. I kick the table.
The cable jolts upward, and Wade takes a step back as he was walking forward. Careful now. I don't think that
walk
table
past
did anything
Wade.
to
And I go to the bar.
Bro completed the project and didn't celebrate. He's just gonna
He's just so pissed off.
you. He like looks at
Honestly.
Havel as he leaves. Looks back to the rest of the party still at the table. They're dropping like flies now, aren't they?
Oh, I'm not. I didn't leave. I went to the bar, which is nearby, right?
Yeah, I mean it's like
Yeah.
because like the
I
table's like
started
the
eating
far
the
corner.
peanuts at the bar.
Wade will sit back down at the table right next to a pack that's in another chair. So, how about this? How about we just don't worry about shards, don't worry about questions, not anything like unless y'all want to tell me something, in which case I'll gladly accept. How about we just get to be friends?
Sure.
Perfect. Tombstone, I'm sure you were just dying to tell me some pit fight stories. I was always surprised that they have a pit somewhere like that in Dampville. I mean, it kind of makes sense. An underground city, there's gonna be some shady stuff going on there.
Oh
But
yeah, there's totally illegal things going on down there.
oh, trust me,
It
I
might included
didn't take me long to figure that one out.
slaves, ne'er-do-wells, prisoners, all sorts. I thought. There's this really interesting group, the Pit Fiends, they call them.
The pit
They were
fiends. I haven't heard about that.
yes, they were fiendish and they were in the pit. I think they're like had calling card as like a demon or something like that. But
Ooh,
we fought them in a grand battle once. Me and my crew, I call them. Yeah,
your
my crew.
crew.
Yeah, I mean, raised them. I practically gathered them all, handpicked them, the elites, and we were the underdogs going to the fight. Clearly,
Nice.
but
Well, did you win?
oh no, they all died.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
I'm
I did
sorry.
kill their leader though before the rest of them took me out.
Oh, well done. Well done. I'm assuming you died with a little wink.
Yeah, that was like the second time, something like that.
Oh, fair enough. Still new to the game, I guess.
You tell me. I've done it a bunch now. I don't think I want to do it again though.
I don't
Fair
think I
enough.
could. I don't think we could again.
I think I got one last thing to do before I can shuffle off this mortal coil.
Hey, we all have a bucket list, right?
Yeah, Hoyd, or not Hoyd, sorry. There's weird name that just crept into my mind for no reason at all.
It's fine.
Wait. Why don't you tell me one of your bucket list things? We were talking
Ooh,
about things.
kind of
You?
rubs his hands together. Speaking of dragons, I've always wanted to ride one.
As long as it doesn't kill you first.
See, that's the hard part. It's getting close enough to one to ride it. I've always thought that'd be fun. Maybe just fly in general. I think that'd be fun.
Well, perhaps you could try that if you choose to join us on our next little adventure to prove your trustworthiness a little more.
Fair enough.
Most of the time.
If the opportunity presents itself, always go for it, am I right?
Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well then. Let's see, outside of flying, just in general, flight is kind of just very vague but broad, but hey, that makes it easier to cross off your list, right?
Yeah, once when I was a young hatchling, had an adventure with a cliff.
Oh.
Yeah. There's these creatures up there in the Serratus Mountains. They're like kind of bat-like. They have these huge like wings, and I don't know. I'm not sure I ever learned what they're called. But one time I found one, and I took its bones, right, the wing bones, and then I stretched out like a canvas
Oh, don't tell me.
across the wing bones, and I thought I could make like a little strap them onto myself and fly, because I thought that'd be freaking sick.
It would have been really cool.
Luckily, I did place myself over a waterfall just in case.
I'm sure that was very
I
handy.
barely made it out of that one. Do you know how dangerous waterfalls are?
In fact, I do. And actually, it's funny you say that because I tried the exact same thing one time. That wasn't this like kind of weird winged creature that you described. It was, I tried it with feathers. I thought that something inside feathers made them fly. I was a really, really dumb kid. Like I said earlier, if you knew me, you'd call me more than just retarded. Tried to fly. Unfortunately, I didn't have a waterfall underneath me. It was a bunch of bushes, and it wasn't that high. I was fine, for the most part.
Yeah, a little bit of a wounded pride.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one was.
Were you
really
trying to show
easily
off for
wounded.
anyone? Any special lady in your life, Wade?
No, yeah.
He likes
Could have sworn I
Who
just heard
said
something.
men.
Yeah, me myself, I was definitely trying to show off for my wife. Then, not quite so married.
Oh. Sorry, I was. Me as Seth was completely blanked out. I was.
Yeah.
Well, Thunar, you have any stories for us?
You told your story earlier, and you've got most to picture. And most of my stories come from this group.
Nothing from.
I remember
nothing
all of
from
them.
before.
Ah, there was one
Do tell.
where I got my job.
You got a job.
Yes. Doing what I do
Or,
now.
what is your job? You do a lot of
I'm
things.
Thunar.
I don't know if you've ever said what your job is.
My job? Well, my job right now was... this is getting complicated. We were originally hired to clean and make Gold Reach and the Jaded Wilds a livable area. Peaceful.
Good goal.
It was a dream. That was Old Reach. Since then, there have been monsters sent by friends. Monsters sent by enemies. But before all of that, well, I built the house once. That's a boring
Oh.
story. That's a boring story.
Thunar.
Oh,
No
I
story
did some
is
bounties
boring
and I got
told
this
correctly.
axe.
You did what now?
I got this axe after I did some bounties and stuff.
Oh, very cool. How long have you had that axe?
I don't know.
Well,
10 years?
10 years? Looks to his pack. Longer than I've had that.
It's a good axe.
Well, I'd say
Served
so if
me
it
when I
lasts
need
more than 10 years.
There was this one time where I got, well, let's see, where I finally found a place that would let me live there.
Oh. Finding a home is always great. Makes for a really good story,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to hear it.
Right now.
I mean, kind of looks... It is getting a little late. So if you want to wait until a later time, we can certainly do so. In
Yes,
fact,
yes.
if I join you, it seems like I'll have plenty of opportunities to hear your stories.
I will for sure tell it
Fantastic. Even more of a reason for me to join.
once Seth releases the perspective. I don't want to spoil everyone.
Wade will kind of glance through a window looking at the sun. Well, it's getting a little late. Or lack of a sun, rather. So, I won't keep you for any much longer. I understand. I kind of took y'all away from a night of relaxing. So, apologies there. But I must take my leave. As he'll get up, grab his plaque, sling it over his shoulder. And please, I know I said this before, but please tell your friends I'm truly trying to help.
Eitri reaches
I
up
follow him to his
to shake
room.
his hand.
Havel smiles. Or not Havel, sorry. Wade smiles. Takes the hand, shakes it. You'll have a good night now. And he'll
You as well.
walk out of the tavern.
I invis and follow him.
Alright. Well then, it is actually getting late, so I'm going to go ahead and call the session there.